that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing
race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press.
saved it.
What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried, there's contact though.
Wide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Parabolka. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Parabolka. That's beautifully done there. Makashuba, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, we're bringing you all the action from the Magic Mile. That's right, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Bringing you the action, it's going to be the Blazing Pedals, TRJ Karting.com, Arkham Maynard's cars. And man, we have got a lot of stuff going on here tonight. 181 laps set up in stages. Stage 1, lap 45. Stage 2, lap 90. And then it is a shootout all the way up to the finish. We got a little bit of a look. We got some interesting news for you guys. We have TNA driver Terry Foster, who is normally up in the booth with us at the beginning of the race, and unfortunately he has suffered an injury, so unfortunately for you all, he's going to be joining us up here in the booth. So Terry, how are you, buddy?
Doing good, man. Hey, thanks for letting me do this, guys. And the way it's looking, I probably be here the rest of the season, guys, till I get surgery on my foot, so I can get in there and race with these guys. So it's all good, man. It's all good.
Help us all, everybody. Rick Hammond, of course, along for the ride as well. Rick, how are you, buddy?
Gentlemen, I'm doing great. It's Sunday night. We had a couple weeks off, Chris, so we're a little bit rusty here in the broadcast booth, but, you know, we'll get right back into where we were. And I'm excited, man, because, you know, here we are. We're at New Hampshire, Magic Mile. Of course, this is our technical home track, Chris, here. So I think we're in for a good, exciting race here tonight. And an interesting thing, Chris, we only have 5 races left, including tonight's.
Yeah, we really.
For these guys to get locked in.
It's coming down to a close here very quick, and of course we're going to go over that here in just a moment. But Rick, I wanted to go over real quick, guys. If you use Dr. Squatch hand soap, there is a new code out there. It's going to be good for 20% off, and from what I understand, even for returning users, go ahead and use promo code TOPFLIGHT at drsquatch.com. Now, Rick, you were saying we only have about 5 more races.
Oh, we have 5 more races, including tonight. So
yeah, and then upcoming races next week. Of course, we're going to Michigan, Watkins Glen for, I believe, the second and final, third. Yeah, it'll be the third road course, won't it, Terry? Third road course and final road course of the season. Watkins Glen, watch out for that on the 23rd, and then we head to Dover. So all those races will be seen right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and over at PrideOutdoorNetwork.com. Make sure to check them out as well, PrideOutdoorNetwork.com, for all your outdoor shows. And I'm in a little bit of a hurry here because, well, Terry said that he had somebody that he wanted to talk to. I wanted to give enough opportunity to do so. Terry, you've got, I don't know, not much time.
Okay. Hey, give me the 21 of Marquise Smith. Drag him up here, will you? Hey, Marquise, you got me?
Yep.
How you now?
Good, and you?
Not too bad. Okay, bud, I'm going to give you time to redeem yourself here, but I want to go over some numbers with you first, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, through all the races so far, 21 races, you have, I'm not trying to upset you, bud, you have 8 disconnects. You have 10 no-shows, and you've only finished 3 races this week, this season. Your best race finish was at the Auto Club. You started 30th and ended 3rd, dude. That's freaking awesome. Your worst race, I would have to say, would have been Las Vegas. You started 4th, ended up 20th, bud. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah. I did take a little break from the league for a while, so I think that's most of my no-shows. The disconnects, like especially Pocono, after I came back, I was having some hardware issues, and then I think Indy, I accidentally screwed up on pit road. And it's just been like a mental game for me, mostly. I think 1 or 2 things will upset me and it kind of affects me the rest of the race, so I've been trying pretty hard to avoid that if I can.
Well, I know, Marquise, I know for a fact when you came back here this time around, I mean, I was one of the first to say, man, thanks for coming back. I'm glad you're here. I enjoy racing this 21, guys. Marquise treats me and I treat him with respect. We race tight. I know I have dive bombed him. I have pushed him up the track, and he's so cool with me. He could have wrecked me at any time. Marquise, what do you got for that?
Well, I mean, racing hard's racing hard. I know you'd never intentionally clean me out, and I don't feel it's right to intentionally clean anyone out. Maybe rub bumpers a little bit, but if you're just going to purposely wreck someone, this probably isn't the place for you to be.
I tell you what, so right now you're in 7th at the practice here. How you looking tonight, bud?
I'm feeling all right heading into it. I'm still kind of trying to figure out long run speed. I feel like I'm kind of slow on a longer run, but I tend to kind of learn at least a little bit over the course of the race, and hopefully can match some of these faster guys' pace.
Have you been on the track enough to see any tire wear? Can you tell us what that's doing?
Yeah, definitely. I did a pretty close to 30 lap run, and the tire wear wasn't terrible, but I feel like you're definitely going to notice a difference if people do different tire strategies. There's a huge difference in tire life in relation to speed.
10-4. Well, I appreciate your time, Chris and Rick, you guys got anything for him? I'll let him get out there and do some practicing.
Rick, why don't you go ahead?
No, but I mean, you had an up and down season, and I know it's tough, and you already hit on some of the issues that you have, and that's a very hard thing to do. I mean, you're a competitive person, I can see that, and I mean, you're a good friend of mine, and you just got to keep it cool, man. You got to let that stuff roll off. You got to work on that. I mean, it's going to be hard for you to come back this season, but next season, it's something to work on. Now, tonight, New Hampshire, a very tough track here to pass, very flat, mile long. How do you feel about the track, bud?
I personally, I kind of like flatter tracks because it's different. It's not a cookie cutter mile and a half. It's not a plate track or anything like that. So, taking your time, setting up passes is going to be huge, and capitalizing on mistakes is going to be another big one.
Well, there you go. And I have a feeling you're going to do good, man. Right now, you're sitting in 7th position on the speed chart. So I wish you luck here. We got about 30 seconds before qualifying, man. And I look forward to seeing something out of that 21 tonight.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much.
And Marquise, I'm just going to throw this in here because I kind of messed up tonight. There's nobody that's going to finish worse than me tonight. I'm going to be finishing in 22nd spot, no matter how you cut it, brother. So good luck to you out there. I really do. Wish that 21 team some great luck out there.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Marquise Smith, the man in the number 21 MT2 driver, and hoping that some of this during the season luck changes just a little bit. Let's go through the top 5 here. Jamie Walker, John Perkins, Dakota Todd, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Joe Tice. Your top 5 here coming into our qualifying. Remember too that qualifying here a little bit different than you may have seen in some other leagues. And by that I mean, of course, that they do a 10-minute open qualifying. Open qualifying means this. It's 10 minutes. Everybody's allowed out there for the entire 10 minutes. There is no breaks in between. There's no 2 laps. There's no nothing. You go out there, you find your best time out of that 10 minutes. And this is a change that's happened this season, Terry. As a driver, how do you feel about this this is a big change.
Yeah, it was huge for us, and it was something pretty much all of us wanted. It's worked out. I want to talk TNA tonight, guys, but that's my team. But we capitalized on that during one of the Daytona races where we got up in the top 4 when Noah was still with us. Everybody tries to help everybody out here team-wise. I don't care if they're with us or the Thompson guys and them, but I like it. I don't qualify a whole lot anyway, but I like it. Rick, Chris, another thing you forgot to mention, with this group qualifying like this, if you touch another car, if you drop below the yellow and get a off track, you touch the wall, that lap will not count. It might be in your fastest lap. It will not count if you get a 1X. Anything above a 1X, it won't count.
No, that's totally true. Any little on the track will shut down the timing scoring. So it's important to run those laps just as clean as you can. And really, you have to do every lap as clean as you can if you're going to be out there. If you're looking to qualify as best you can, you want to send it out on the ragged edge. Just make sure not to hang it out too much.
Oh, most definitely. And guys, we just talked to him, Marquis Smith. Look at him. He's in 2nd spot as of right now. I think he likes this track, guys.
Well, there's a couple of drivers we know who said they haven't. Chief amongst them, a gentleman who has not come out onto the track yet. And, of course, we're talking about current points leader, one of those guys that's locked into the chase. It's the 88 team of Jamie Walker. And, we've kind of seen this before where he'll just let it go, and maybe not even qualify. and look to see if he can get that that big mover award.
You know, so far this year, oh man, Casey Campbell just went into the inside wall in that 73 car. It's worked out for Jamie this season, not qualifying. He's worked his way up through the field and got them extra points. How he's doing that, I don't know, man. But these guys are going to have to work their butts off to stop him from doing this stuff. Actually, him and Dalton both. These guys are going to have to work and work to keep Dalton and Jamie at bay.
We'll go over the list of drivers locked in here in just a moment, but and this qualifying session is a lot of fun to watch. And we're only about 3 minutes into it here. And so far, Joe Tice, he's been on a very limited schedule here, and I think a lot of drivers are probably very appreciative of that.
Oh, most definitely. Me and the guys, we talk about it a lot. It's like, man, where'd he come from? Why, not why is he here? We're glad he's here because he's an awesome driver. And you getting behind him, you can learn some stuff, man.
Look at this. We've got a new guy on the pole here so far. It's Dakota Todd. Todd has been so good about qualifying this season. And look at this. On top again with a very, very fast time. A tenth of a second almost faster than Tice at a 34.74. That is hauling around this 1 mile track.
He is a, what I want to say, pole king, I guess, because he can get that pole anywhere, it seems like.
And can, guys, but you also got to remember, though, there's been a lot of races where he starts up front, but he always gets tangled up into something later on in the race, and it kind of burns him there. Of course, he is already locked into the chase, Chris, which is, I know you want to talk about. Those drivers are already locked in, but still, he's just been having that bad luck, and there's that bad luck again. Marquis Smith just took the pole away.
Wow. And I thought that 4.74 was quick. How about a 4.71 out of Marquis Smith?
Nice.
Smith looking to try and keep that pole, keep that momentum going. I would love to see a 21 in the podium here tonight. Heck, I'd almost kind of like to see him take the win.
I'm sitting here looking at all the polls that we've had this season. Dakota Todd's got 6. Jamie Walker's at 8. Dalton Kilroe at 2. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin at 1. Aaron Bockover has 1. Who else we got? Travis McChesney, which I don't believe he races with us anymore. And Joseph Tice, both races he started with us, guys, he got the pole both races. That was at Sonoma and I can't remember the other one. You guys?
No. But I'm sure he won.
He did. He was fast. I wish I could remember what race that was.
It was an oval.
Mark, I know you're listening. What was it?
I don't remember. Well, the 44 put down the Budweiser this week and opened up himself a can of Busch. Right now, he's sitting in 8th.
A 44, Aaron Bockover. He is wearing Corey Sherman out with these paint schemes. About every other week, he's wanting Corey to build him a paint scheme, and he does. Actually, Corey does a hell of a job with these paints.
He does.
Speaking of Corey Sherman, he's in the old black and, well, the old Dale Earnhardt tribute car, the 3. Savage Edge right across the hood. Make sure you check him out on Facebook, Savage Edge.
Yeah, I tell you what, Corey has. If anybody out there is TNA fans, he can get you anything TNA with our cars on it, or with the logo and stuff, TNA logo. But if you want something specially made, you send him what you want. He will make it for you on a T-shirt, on a sticker to put on the back of your pickup truck, whatever. He can do it.
Kind of late in the season here, but I'm looking at the hood of the 73, and it looks like Casey Campbell's looking for a sponsor. Anybody out there for the Speed Mafia car that might want to get hooked up with a Dodge? There's room right on the hood.
I don't know if I've talked to you guys since I bought my new Dodge pickup truck.
I'm sorry.
I know, I bought me a new Dodge Ram.
Well, congratulations.
Well, okay.
No, actually,
I'm Dodge and Ram them, you know.
Oh wow. I'm actually a Dodge guy. I like Dodge. It's kind of how I cut my teeth in the business. So good on you for going Dodge. Tell me it's not the Eco Diesel.
It is not.
Good.
It is a regular, the 5.7.
I prefer my friends not toasted. I don't know if you've heard, but the Eco Diesel had some issues, and fire under the hood was one of them. Good friend of mine bought one.
know that.
Really can't afford to buy another, and that thing went up in flames. No saving it.
Wow.
Yeah. So Dakota Todd back up top. Oh, look at that. Marquis Smith back up top now. Every time I think we've found the fast time of the session, no, we have not. And Smith, man, Todd had it for a lap, and then Smith just put it down.
Now, unfortunately, Chris and Rick, if Marquise would win this race, he is still ineligible for the point for the chase because he's missed so many races this season.
Yeah, there is a limited. You're limited to what? Is it 75% of the races that you have to run? Is that correct?
Correct, 75%. That's why Joseph Tice, he's won 2 races, but he still is ineligible.
And it's a fair way to do it.
It is a fair way, because you don't want a guy just to come in here, knock out a race and then disappear for a while. I mean, I get it. But what this would do for Smith's confidence, though, guys, would boost him up. I mean, like when we talked to him, I said, one of the hardest things, and I used to get that way, Chris knows when he started iRacing with me, that if I had a bad race, I made a stupid move, or it was just a flat bad race, I didn't want to race anymore for the week. I was done. And, Chris is like, dude, you got to calm down, just roll off. It's a game, okay? This is our hobby. Yes, we are competitive in nature. That's why we're out here doing a sport like a motorsport like racing. And but for Marquise to come in here, hopefully take the pole here. I mean, he's looking very fast here so far, and he's faster in practice. But if he came here and also took the checkers, that would be a huge bump in his confidence and saying, okay, now I know I can do it, guys. So next season, I can, I gotta work on my temper and go with it. And I think that's gonna help out a lot.
Well, with Dakota starting next to him, we all know Dakota is fast first part of the race. I don't know if maybe I should talk to him next week. For some reason, he falls back about midway, then he just can never seem to get it back all the time. I mean, he's got some wins, he's got some poles, but I don't know if he just gets excited or what's going on with him. I don't know.
Speed for a lap is one thing. To be able to hold on to it for a while is another. While we are ending this qualifying session, let's go ahead and take a look at the race to the chase. Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroe, they're up top, 1 and 2. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin sitting in 3rd. Derek Paulson, Dakota Todd, 4th and 5th. Jason Powell is the last guy who is locked in. Corey Sherman, Rick Thompson, Brian Dees, Ian Habiak, Aaron Bockover, Brian McRae, Brad Collins, Hayden Wheeler. Unfortunately, there's our man Terry. And Nick Okie above that cutoff line. And, well, we're going to see what happens here tonight as we get ready to grid them up. We're just waiting.
Yeah, I done some practicing today. Brian D's too up at practice. I done about 15 laps, and guys, I couldn't hardly stand up when I got done. It hurt so bad. So it's better off me just sit right here and relax.
Well, you do that, buddy, and here we go. Tonight, for the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com, ARCA Maynard Series, here at New Hampshire, our pole sitter, the 21 of Marquis Smith. Sitting to his outside is going to be the 63, of Dakota Todd. Inside row number 2, it is going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin with Joe Tice to his outside. Starting in 5th tonight in his number 8. It's the red number 8 tonight, Derek Garrison. In 6th spot, how about this? It's Speed Mafia's own Rick Thompson. John Perkins going to pick up a 7th place spot on the inside. To his outside, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Ty Morosco going to be starting in 9th spot tonight. Aaron Bockover rounding out the top 10.
3 of Corey, the Shermanator Sherman, is going to be starting in 11th position, Chris. On his outside, the 17 of Brian Dees. And we have Joshua Rutherford in the 64 going to be starting here 13th tonight. Ian, the Kid, the Hurricane, Habiak, And that 16 TRJ Karting Toyota Camry is going to be starting in 14th. Corey Rutherford qualified that 55 in 15th position. 13 of David Bennett is going to be starting in 16th. AC Campbell of Speed Mafia qualified that 73 in 17th position, with Jamie Walker in the 88 on his outside going to be starting in 18th. Ryan McCrae in the 35 Dr. Squatch Machine going to be starting in 19th position. Next to him, his teammate Derek Paulson in the 6th. And we got Fred Thompson in the 46 and 21st, Nick Okie in the 9 and 22nd. And rounding out the field, the guy who's up here in the booth, number 889. I don't know where that number came from, but Chris Lagoon. I have a feeling, folks, he is going to be finishing in that 23rd. I will bet money on it.
I will too. Marquis Smith, your pole sitter. You see him driving behind the pace car. Pace car lights are off. That means we're set to go to the green flag right after the pace car drops onto pit road. Marquis Smith in the 21, I believe. And I could be wrong, but I believe this is his first pole of the season as well. And boy, what a time to do that, huh?
Yes, I mean, pretty much it's one of his first races back, guys, and I'm pulling for him. I know I got teammates out there, but I'm pulling for that 21 tonight.
I mean, you almost have to, right? He's not had the best of luck, and anyways, let's see what we can do here tonight as the pace car gets down onto pit road. And we line them up for the first time here, waiting for that green flag to go. They're equal across the start-finish line, heading into turns 1 and 2. Remember, this is a really flat track here tonight. So those guys on the outside, they're going to be making those right side tires scream. And we are definitely alive here at the Magic Mile.
That's exactly what Marquis Smith needed to do, Chris. He raced Dakota Todd pretty hard there on the inside, and Dakota Todd knows that he has to try to save his tires. And a lot of guys, I mean, this is the thing about New Hampshire, guys. You see a lot of nose-to-tail racing. Very hard to pass here. I mean, you really have to do it on the straights and really set up the corner. As you see it, the field right now is just starting to get pretty much nose-to-tail in the front, and they're still working it away down through the middle and the back, but Marquis Smith made a good move there, raced hard, and held on to that number 1 position.
Tice stuck on the outside of the 33. That's John Perkins. Perkins holding on to that inside lane. Down the front stretch. Tice has the speed, but Perkins has the advantage on the inside going into turn 1. The 76 of Rick Thompson right behind them. It's Dodge, Chevy Dodge, just like that.
Guys, I'm sitting there watching this gander of cars, the 3, the 1, the 44, the 16, the 17. These guys are just all bunched up back here from around 11th place, 10th place, 9th place. Man, these guys are just tight.
There you see the Hurricane there on the inside, protecting that lane from the TNA Motorsports driver of Aaron Bockover. And now the one-at-time Morosco kind of stuck out there. Corey Sherman leading that pack right now. He is that last car that's kind of nose to tail, and these guys are trying to figure it out there behind him. Right now it looks like Big Bad Brian D's kind of stuck there on the inside by himself. Here comes David Bennett down. And these guys are racing hard so early here tonight.
Yeah, if I was Deej right now, I'd probably just back off, get in line, and just ride around for a while. Save him tires. He's going to chew him up going down that low consistently like he's doing.
Well, let's keep in mind that this is stage racing here at Blazing Pedals. Stage number 1 tonight going to come at lap number 45. Remember, too, that that's at the end of lap 45. These guys like to complete that lap before they throw the caution. Our admin's way up in the admin booth watching over the race. Sam Baumgarten, Mark Arthur doing a fine job week in and week out to keep these drivers at bay. And man, I wouldn't want that job some weeks. Although for the last few races, Terry, it's been pretty darn good around here.
Yeah, this guys having it on easy street here lately, man. They're just sitting up for BS, and I know what they're doing. They asked me to get into it, help them guys up there. I was like, nah, I think I'll just go to broadcast. I'd rather do that. It's more fun. I don't want to make no decisions. I'm watching Jamie Walker take on Corey Rutherford right now, trying to get that spot away from that 17th spot, and low side, getting it.
Oh, the last lap by Jimmy Walker was the fastest car on track. And now trying to work his way through the field, still in that 18th spot, hasn't gained and lost anything right up until now. Getting around Rutherford gives him a +1 on the night. The guy in front of him, the 6, that's Nick Okie. Oh, no, excuse me, the 9. The 9 of Nick Okie is your biggest mover of the night. He's up 6 spots from the beginning of this race. And boy, it looks like that's a new paint job as well. Nick Okie all over those new paint schemes.
Yeah, he's another one likes doing that and messing you guys up.
That's all right. You know, it kind of messes with us, but, you know, we'll do it.
As long as the numbers don't change, Chris and I are fine. When you guys switch numbers, that's where things get kind of hairy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I hate that. Up front, it is Marquis Smith and Dakota Todd sticking around about 0.3 of a second behind Derek Garrison, up 2 spots into third rather. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Joe Tice have both fallen back 1 spot. Butcher in 4th, Tice in 5th. John Perkins running hard in that 33. He's up to 6th spot. Rick Thompson in 7th. Dalton Kilroe in the 41, running in 8th spot, unchanged since the beginning of this race.
There's somebody I want to talk about real quick is that 64, Josh Rutherford. He came late in the season. I believe that's Corey's brother. I ain't 100%. But I've raced next to him, man. He is a tough one to get around, man. He makes you work for it.
I think we've been saying that it's his brother, but we weren't sure. So
I mean, one of the Rutherfords in for a grid walk, definitely.
If I do it, I'm going to do Josh, because I believe I've had Corey in before, maybe last season or something.
I believe you're right. Yep. I don't want to talk about him too much, guys, but I've been keeping my eye on my favorite car out there, and it's pretty obvious why. It's because I have the hood sitting up on my wall right now. That is the 3 of Corey Sherman. He's up 2 positions from the start of the race, been holding steady there in 9th, trying to catch up to the back bumper of Kilroe, but hasn't been able to do it yet. But I think tonight might be the Shermanator's night, and that's all I want to say, because I don't want to give him that commentator curse.
Well, I talked to Corey over the week. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but some of the races around 8:30 or stuff, he get kicked out of the server. It was his modem doing something. He got a new modem and everything, so he should be golden to finish races now.
Good, because yeah, he's had a couple of disconnect issues here this season so far. It's kind of hurt the Shermanator. I mean, he's been having some good racing, but you know, towards the end, he just gets caught up in something. That's one thing I wanted to ask you about, Terry. Being teammates, you know, we talked about it a little bit in qualifying, and you know, during Daytona, you guys definitely, you know, hooked up and stuff. But I noticed it's kind of interesting that, you know, there's a lot of leagues that, you know, teams don't work, you know, per se, because there's a lot of egos and everything. But Blazing Pedals has that part figured out. But I noticed that you guys don't really do a lot of hitting together. You don't do a lot of qualifying together. Is there a reason for that? Is it just about to do your own thing?
It's priority, not priority. I'm sorry. It's to each other's taste. I'm not a big qualifier because I can never qualify very well. I'm better running the race and working my way through the pack, I guess. I know sometimes Aaron doesn't care to qualify, and actually nor does Corey. We would rather work our way through the pack if we can.
Okay, there you go. That makes sense.
It's not that we don't want to work together. Oh, no, because believe it or not, our radios are pretty much silent through the race.
That's because Backover tells you guys to shut up.
Oh, my God. Okay. Nothing's going on right at the moment real bad, is there?
Well, I do want to sneak one thing in because I know where you're going with this, but the illustrious KR Stolfus picks up a hello, guys, out on chat.
Hey, KR?
Yeah, I got to say, KR, congratulations on your win this week, buddy.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. For those that don't know, KR Stolfus drives himself a little sprint car, got himself a win after doing a little work to the car. All right, Terry, let's talk about it. Aaron Backover, kind of the boss, isn't he?
Sure, we'll let him think that.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, he finished 2nd place. And I needed something, or I was asking him a question, and he just plain just said, "Shut the hell up." He shut the hell up. I'm running for 2nd here. I said, "Oh, sorry." But you know, again, the three of us know each other. We don't bitch at each other. Excuse me. We don't holler at each other. If we do, it's out of being in this race. You know, and believe it or not, we do apologize after the race to each other. Oh man, sorry I said that. But we know it's because of the race.
I mean, we talked about it multiple times. I mean, in the case of like Ian Habiak in the 16 car, you know, who's sitting in 16th position right now. He's up one position, or sitting in 13th position in the 16 car. There we go, up one position. But you know, Chris and I talk a lot about, because usually he has his dad in his ear spotting for him, doing live spotting instead of the iRacing spotting. And so Ian's used to hearing his dad's voice, obviously real world racing and stuff like that. So it comes into play. And you know, like you were just saying, Terry, you guys, you work together, you work good together, you guys know what goes. And the same thing happens with me and Chris when we're doing a race, and which I'm excited about, because in about a month we're going to be able to do it. And but Chris knows, you know, I like it quiet. Usually I got some kind of music playing in my headphones or something, just trying to zone out and do my thing. And, but he also knows when I'm getting frustrated, and he calms me down. And it's an awesome thing to have teammates out on the track like that to do that.
Oh, most definitely. I had a more of what you're talking about right there calming down when Aaron and I, Mark and Sam, we done the 24-hour Daytona. Well, I got frustrated, and Aaron was all over me. He says, dude, you got to calm down, hit your mark, slow down, you know, get your head back in the game, basically. And we do that with each other.
I mean, Chris usually does that, but when I ran the 24 hours of Daytona with him, I had to do a double stint because I couldn't wake him up.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So we learned not to let Chris take the early morning because he's not going to get up.
to be fair, I ran the first two stints.
You did. Well, yeah, we pulled some double duty because we were short of driver.
Well, we are, actually the three of us, we've already started talking about that, kind of, for next season, about running the 24.
I want to do it in the 87 car.
Why the 80s? No, no.
Could you imagine that?
All right, we're 21 laps into this, about halfway through the first run, and it's, look, if memory serves, it's been a couple of weeks, but Terry, what's a fuel run around this place, do you know?
No clue.
So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be here pretty soon. 21 miles down, 45 laps until the first scheduled caution here at New Hampshire. The 21 Marquis Smith, Dakota Todd, 1 and 2 still. Then you got Derek Garrison. He's lining himself up for a pretty good run here, running in that third spot. Seems to know his way around the Magic Mile. Then there's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. He's running in fourth spot with John Perkins running fifth. Rick Thompson in his number 76. He is running in sixth spot. Joe Tice has fallen 3 positions back to 7th. I never thought I would say that.
Then in 8th position, you got Ty Morosco, who just passed the Shermanator there. So Morosco up 1 position now in 8th. Corey Sherman still having a good race in that number 3 machine, sitting in 9th. He's up 2 positions. Dalton Kilroe in the 41, rounding up that top 10 guys. And he's another one that we're not used to seeing this happen with him. But, well, I guess maybe we do, because Dalton's pretty smart. He's got something in his pocket. I know he does for the end of the race, but he's down 2 positions from the start. Jamie Walker right behind him, up 7 positions right now. And just looking at the scoring, guys, he is tied with 2 other drivers for the most passes so far, but he is sitting in 11th. Brian Dees holding steady there in 12th where he started. Derek Paulson, another one of those drivers in the 6th machine, who is up 7 positions, guys. He is in 13th. Aaron Bockover down 4 right now in 14th position. Nick Okie, the other driver, who is up 7 positions, sitting in the top 15 right now.
Well, there you have it. Top 15 on the board. I know who's last.
I think you're right, Chris. That would be that Chris Legoo guy. He's trying to figure out which one's the clutch.
Still
I think he's having ice cream. He's having ice cream.
I think it's funny you're calling him Chris Legoo.
Hey, Goo.
I thought you said Ledoux earlier.
Chris Ledoux.
Oh, my Lord. Top 3. They're running nose to tail out there on track. 26 miles into this one, make it 26 and a quarter as they enter into turns 1 and 2. And these three have just not let each other go throughout this entire race. Very, very good racing here up front.
Yeah, Garrison made some quick moves, guys, to get up there. He started in 5th position, sitting in 3rd right now. Dakota Todd making a pass right now on the outside of Marquis Smith. This could change things up a little bit here, boys.
Guys, I'm thinking, for some reason, I want to say about 32 to 35 laps, maybe a fuel run. I'm not 100% on that because I haven't ran enough on this track.
That's your job for the coming weeks. You got to talk with your teammates, try to figure out what that fuel run might be. I would think that you're about right.
I can do that.
Right now, guys, we have a new race leader and a new guy in 2nd position. Marquis Smith falls back into 3rd position, but Dakota Todd in the 63, who's been fast here all night tonight, finally got that pass done. Did it on the outside, which is amazing. Of course, there Garrison got around Marquis Smith there, so Garrison moves up to the 2nd position.
Yeah, let's go back and check out the pass for the race lead. See Marquis on the inside. Dakota Todd takes it over to the outside, and even on that outside lane, he is able to build up a bunch of momentum and make it stick. The 63, your race leader, as we go back live.
That was, as you were watching that, Chris, I was watching the 88, Jamie Walker. He just got around the 24 of Joe Tice right now. Tice down 5 positions, sitting in that 9th place right now. Walker up 10.
Well, Mark, to answer that question, you never shut the hell up.
Does he stay? Is he the guy that stays up the entire thing?
Believe it or not, I believe he did. I think Sam tried, but I think he may have took a nap for a couple hours. I know I did. I took a couple hour nap occasionally.
That's all I did too.
But I woke up.
Oh. No. That's for fools, Terry. I like a good night's sleep.
See, I'm trying to remember. So what happened was we talked about this, and Chris and I were admins over at another league racing for a cause there at this time. So we've got a couple guys that were interested in, and we felt kind of bad because there was 2 that worked very, very hard to get their road course racing up so they could race with us. And we were down 1 driver, so Chris is like, well, I can't remember. It was some kind of party, I think, if I remember correctly.
My daughter's birthday.
But yes, okay. His birthday, that's right. And so he's like, yeah, I'm going to take the first couple of stints, and then I got to go. And we're like, okay. So one of the other guys like, well, I'll take the next one. And then, the other guy wanted to take it because he had something to do. And so I was in that position where I didn't get to sleep a lot. I was pounding down energy drinks like you wouldn't believe because every time, I had to be there for Chris because the other 2 guys were busy in case something happened where Chris had to leave and I had to jump in the car. And then Chris got off and the other guy came in and the other guy wasn't back yet. So I'm like, well, dude, I'm going to go upstairs, grab a bite to eat, but I'll come back and chill, So I had to sit there. And then the other guy came and the kid, he's like, I got to go to bed. It's midnight. And I'm like, okay. And it was finally my next double stint, so I'm going, and then I'm like just sitting there, and I have my phone. I don't think we had our VRs back then, did we?
No, we did not.
No, we did not. So I had my phone, and it was taped to my wheel, so I could sit there with the clock on. And I'm like, okay, I just got 2 hours left, and then Chris is gonna wake up and relieve me. I can actually go and get some sleep because I knew that another guy was gonna be coming in, and nobody showed up. And I'm like sitting there, I'm texting Chris as I'm driving. I'm like, I gotta go in for fuel, I gotta go in for tires, so I try to call him, didn't answer. And then he comes in, like, I think it was like the last half hour, and he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay, man, just take over, because I really need sleep, and I have to go to the bathroom. And I will tell, if anybody needs a tip, okay, milk jugs are your favorite friend during a 24-hour, okay? But make sure you empty them afterwards, because I forgot mine under the desk for about 2 months.
No.
And the top popped off, and don't empty them, okay, boys?
Guys, I'm watching this 24, Joseph Tice. He started 4th, man. He's dropped out 5 spots already, back to 9th. Maybe short tracking ain't his thing.
I think something could be said about New Hampshire. It's look, you either understand this track and you love it, or you don't, and you start falling in. Yeah, or you're Rick and you hate it. One or the other. Nonetheless, it's our home track, Rick.
Derek Paulson getting around him in that squash car there around the 24 of Joseph Tice.
And Derek Paulson able to get around him behind Tice. It's Dolan Kilrow in the 41. He's down 3 spots, and that is not common for the 41 driver. As of late, though, he hasn't been. I don't know if it's this stretch of the schedule or what, but it seems like about, I don't know, 5-6 weeks ago, something has been going on with the 41. He's not been running up towards the front like we're accustomed to seeing.
Oh, definitely. This time, let's see, we're 36 laps into this race. He's usually up there in at least top 5, if not the top 3 by now.
I'm trying to remember. Tice came in at Sonoma, correct?
Yes.
He won that. I think he won the week after, too, which was Chicagoland.
Correct.
It was either Chicagoland or Pocono. I can't remember. It was one of those.
Either or, he won them both back to back.
Yep, back to back. So it would have been Chicagoland.
Right.
And I don't think he was here for Pocono. He might have showed up for Indy.
No, this is his 3rd race right here.
Okay, so he came back. So we know that he can dominate on a road course. We know that he can dominate on the 1.5 miles. So maybe you're right, Chris. Maybe it's the short track, laddie type racing. We got guys going into the road right now, boys, on lap 38.
Okay,
that answers their question.
I was off a little bit.
First car in is the 88, Jamie Walker. Actually, Corey Rutherford came in too.
Yeah, pit stops are definitely happening here under the green as we're working lap number 38 of 181. Derek Garrison is our race leader. Garrison in that Dill Jr. throwback number 8. Doing a fine job out there. No less than 3rd spot here tonight after we got back under the green flag. And now he is our race leader coming out of pit road. 1 lap down. It's going to be Jamie Walker, but a very quick stop there for the 88 team to try and keep him on the lead lap. And guys, he only came about a couple of seconds short of it. Don't talk all at once now. As the
sorry,
8, oh my
I'm
goodness,
looking
has
for
a hard
somebody.
time getting into pit road. Derek Garrison almost went around, but he does come down pit road. That gives the lead right back to the 21 of Marquis Smith. Smith going to see if he can pedal around here. Only 5 more miles. Do these guys have enough fuel? Can they stretch it? We're going to find out right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network. And let's not forget about our sponsor, TRJKarting.com.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure you let them know that Chris, Rick, and Terry sent you over there. Give Tim a little love. Small businesses all around this country still needing a lot of that love. And he definitely has a section right there for sim racing as well. All your gloves and shirts and shoes and Uniline cutters right there for you.
Yeah,
I'm picking on my Uniline, okay?
Another guy, you like his apparel, he has it. You want a t-shirt, he has it. You want
into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure you let them know that Chris, Rick, and Terry sent you over there. Give Tim a little love. Small businesses all around this country still needing a lot of that love. And he definitely has a section right there for sim racing as well. All your gloves and shirts and shoes and Uniline cutters right there for you.
Yeah,
I'm picking on my Uniline, okay?
Another guy, you like his apparel, he has it. You want a t-shirt, he has it. You want a sweatshirt, he has it. Same with hats. Tim can get you his nice TRJ. I've got a nice TRJ sweatshirt. I know you guys do, plus a t-shirt. Man, I love those things.
I even have a special t-shirt that isn't TRJKarting.com, but it's a special t-shirt that I got after a certain night of broadcasting.
Somebody else in this broadcast with us has a special shirt too, hanging on his wall.
I do, and I gotta order another one, but I think this one here I need to order so I can wear it, because not that your first car didn't look okay, but I'm pretty proud of your second car. I think I need that one on a shirt that I can actually wear. I gotta get busy on that.
I'll give you a number to a good guy who can make that for you.
Oh, I know right where to go, folks.
Guys, it is starting to look like Marquise may have the number of every driver out there, as he is still on track, working lap number 44. And remember, stage 1 ends at 45. Can he go the distance here in this first stage?
Well, we're gonna find out now. I wanted to wait a little bit, and Sam did confirm my suspicion. There's a guy out there that is saving gas right now, guys, and right now he's sitting in 3rd position.
Dolan Kilroe saving the fuel.
Well, a little clutch action going on there in that Daddy-O's number 41.
1 lap to go. Actually, just got to get everybody across the start-finish line, really, but we'll call it 1 lap to go for the end of stage number 1 here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Chris, before that break, when you was at the break, I watched Derek Garrison take his pit stop. I went back and watched him going in. I think he locked up his front brakes a little bit on him. That's why he got a little sideways.
Oh, it's entirely possible. Oh, I believe the 21 might be out of gas.
Oh,
no. He is not going to make it.
Oh, why didn't he pull in?
He wants the stage win. Not going to happen for Marquise. And now he's stuck out on track, as we are going to fall under caution. Our stage winner, I believe.
One rule we have, you are allowed to push that car around only during this time. At the last lap, you can't do it. We can't do it on the last to finish the race.
All right. Well, Marquise Smith, unfortunately, did not win stage 1. Joe Tice did.
This is going to be tough, too, because now he's going to have to tow, guys, and I think towing here is, what, like 3 minutes?
Yeah.
3 minutes?
Probably.
All right. Well, we're going to step away for our very first commercial break here of the evening. We will be right back.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
We're back live here at the Magic Mile as we just witnessed, well, I'm not sure what to say. Marquis Smith was trying to win that first stage and he ran out of fuel. Now down 2 laps as we get ready to start stage number 2. That does give us a new race leader though here tonight. It's going to be Dalton Kilrow in the number 41. Rick, I know you went down and talked to him for a quick second. Did he have much to say other than whoops?
He really didn't. I mean, he's obviously heartbroken right now, and I mean, I would be too. That was a heartbreaking moment right there, guys. He's trying so hard. He came out here. He was fast in practice. He got the pole. He led, a good handful of the first stage there, and he got it back after losing it. And he just tried, and unfortunately, ran out of gas at the last second there, coming out of 4. So kind of a heartbreaking moment. But I just went down there, Chris, and you got to do for these drivers, and they're all our friends, man. I mean, here at Turn 3, the Blazing Pedals guys, they're our family. And I feel so bad for Marquise because I know where he's at right now because I've been there too. And I just had to, I just gave him a little pep talk, but he's feeling pretty bad about it, but not going to give up here yet.
That's the thing you can't do. Now, Dalton Kilrow, as your race leader, has lane option. He chooses to go to the outside. Joe Tice will be to the inside in second. Then it's Derek Garrison, Dakota Todd, making up row number 2. Pace car lights are off about a half a mile before we go back under the green. Pace car leisurely taking that ride through turns 3 and 4 right now. It's so slow, when you're used to race pace, this is got to be hard for these drivers. But yeah, lap 51, getting ready to start lap number 52 under the green for the first time here in stage number 2, the 41. It's the loud pedal. What a start for the 41, Rick, as he has got himself a nice little lead over Joe Tice heading into turns 1 and 2.
Well, Dalton, I've been watching there the last couple laps of the stage number 1, Chris and Terry, and he was clutching quite a bit. And of course, I noticed it, but I didn't want to really say anything that Sam, confirmed it. And I went into the cockpit, and sure enough, so Dalton did the right thing now, up 7 positions from where he started this race, leading it. And like you said, he got a heck of a restart. And he's actually starting to pull away from Tice right now.
Yeah, he is. And here comes Dakota Todd to the inside of Garrison. Todd working that inside line in his 63. The 8 stuck to the outside. We did see a pass to the outside, but that was, oh no, we got trouble. And it looks like it's the 9 of Nick Okie. Big time damage on the 9. We're staying under green as he's got that ship righted. But Nick Okie hard into the outside wall.
I'm watching a replay here, guys. I'll let you know. Oh, looks like Bockover might got it to his left rear corner just a little bit and pushed him up the track.
Oh, I'm telling Bockover you said that.
I think that move is now classified as the Harvick.
The Harvick?
If you ask Kyle Busch, that's called the Harvick.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, boy, it looks awful close.
The beautiful thing is we don't have to decide because we're still under green. Dalton Kilrow up front. Joe Tice, he's starting to lock into a battle with Derek Garrison. Garrison sneaking down to the inside. The 8 car fast here tonight at the Magic Mile.
Nick may have had that little problem, but now he just run down Josh Rutherford and Corey Rutherford both. He's about ready to go around Josh Rutherford here on the outside here.
Well, Okie has been fast here tonight, so it doesn't surprise me that he's working his way back up. Luckily for him, that right front damage probably isn't going to mean a whole lot. It's not like you're getting any aero out of this track. It's flat 1 mile track that it is. So as long as the handling hasn't gone away, the 9 still very much into this, just has to get his position back out on track.
Tell you what, a hell of a guy right here in that 9, that Nick Okie. Every Sunday, guys, he puts up a 3-hour practice for us. He spends his money. Nobody gives him a dime for it. I mean, every Sunday he does that for us so we can get to feel the track for the day.
That's one thing that I got to say about Blazing Pedals to Mark, to Sam, to you, Terry, as an admin. You guys have a great group of people that are racing, have great numbers, week in, week out. It doesn't matter where we are in the season. And And you got things like that. I mean, we're seeing, you know, I know the beginning of the season was a little rough, but you guys just got off from, you know, the trucks. You took some time off, came back. You're in the K9 cars again, and which you guys have raced quite a bit, and it shows. So it was a little rough spot. You know, we had a lot of new drivers that, you know, guys had to learn how to race against each other. But the core guys that are here week in and week out, lots of respect, except for that Chris guy in the AA9. He's still sitting on pit road, but yeah, you know, you guys are very lucky, and to have things like that where guys come in, they host practices, or I mean, he doesn't have to do that, you know, and he doesn't want no recognition, but hey, we're gonna give it to him right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and the Pride Outdoor Network. Nico Kie, you're a heck of a driver, man. You're a heck of a teammate and a league member. So are all the drivers. I mean, it's just amazing on what you guys have accomplished since Chris and I have started to know you. It's been a couple years now, so it's pretty cool to watch you guys grow and see where you are, and that's something that you guys got to be proud about.
Most definitely. Yeah, Derek Garrison had a little bit of problem coming down pit road on this pit stop. Man, he's out there running third, just pushing Joseph in that 24 car. Man, he is just all over the back end of that car.
Yeah, going fast does not seem to be his problem tonight. Slowing up does. But right now on track, Derek Garrison doing a fine job. He's sitting in third spot after starting in 5th place here tonight. The 8 car definitely rolling very well. He is definitely keeping Joe Tice on his toes. Let's talk about a couple of other drivers right now. How about your biggest mover of the night? It's the 88, the TRJKarting.com Chevrolet of Jamie Walker. Walker up 13 positions right now, guys, running in the top 5, 5th spot for him.
Most definitely. I mean, he worked his butt off getting up there, and now he's in that mix with Derek, Dakota, Joseph, and Dalton. So I look forward to seeing him up front here probably for the next 10 laps or so.
Well, we'll see just how fast he can do it. You know, there's only so many cars you can pass before you start meeting up with the guys that really know how to get around this track, and I believe he may have done that. Another guy getting around this track really well. How about the smell of the crisp IPA Dr. Squatch machine? That 6 car of Derek Poulsen up to 8th spot. He's up 12 since the beginning of this one, and he's looking very good out there.
Another great racer.
Oh yeah, Poulsen. He's locked in, which is good. But he's kind of had an up and down season a little bit too.
Yes, he has.
I mean, you know, last season in the trucks, he was very dominant out there, and you know, but he's getting this K9 ARCA car figured out now, and he's starting to come into play. Like I said, he can relax a little bit, and I think that's what maybe some of the drivers do. Maybe some of them, you know, I'm gonna like guys like Dalton, and because we talked to Dalton a bunch of times, and Walker, who's putting a pass on Dakota Todd on the inside right now. Guys are attempting to. You know, those guys, they will start in the back, they will work their way up just so they can get those bonus points of being the biggest mover. But Poulsen, he's just been chill. He qualifies, you know, week in and week out. He goes out there, does his thing. But he's a very clean, cool, consistent racer. And I think it has something to do with that Crisp IPA Dr. Squatch soap sponsor on the side of that car. But he's due. He's due for another good finish, I think.
Yeah, somebody I want to talk about real quick. He started 6th, running 6th. Rick Thompson in the 76. I talked to him I can't remember, it was a few weeks ago. I mean, he's a hell of a runner. It seems like the first part of every race he's in, and something happens or doesn't go his way, then bam, he just falls to the back for some reason. Tonight, man, he's looking good. He's up there in 6th spot at the moment and just running down Jamie Walker every little bit.
Yeah, no real surprise. Thompson has had a pretty decent season. I don't know what his average finish is. I'm sure the stat man, Terry Foster, can probably figure that out for me. But
yeah, me 1 second.
He has been like, he's done well. Rick Thompson, one of those drivers that definitely deserves to be in that race for the chase there. And we'll see if he's able to get there by the end of the season, which, Rick, you've already mentioned, just 5 more races after tonight.
Okay, Rick Thompson, at the moment, he's got 5 top 5s, 10 top 10s. So, yeah, he's not all hateful, man. And he's, we're at in points. 8th in points right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a solid season for him. And I know this because, well, if I say his name a lot, usually it means he's doing okay.
He's been very consistent. guys are fishermen out there, especially you guys out there on Pride Outdoor Network, make sure you head over to baitandShakeBaits.com. That's bait and November shakebaits.com. Get yourself some lures.
Guys, we have a potential pass here for the race lead as Derek Garrison working the inside, the 46 of Thompson kind of acting as a pick. The 8 gets around. The 41 gets into the 46. Oh, Lordy. I think the 41 might have been a little upset.
Oh, Derek Garrison played that just right to use Fred Thompson in that.
Oh, my goodness, did he ever.
Use him as a pick.
I mean, you want to talk about just perfect timing. They came off the corner, and Kilrow had no place to go. Garrison was lined up to the inside already. This track just not wide enough for 3. Wow, what a move from Derek Garrison.
Definitely a great move, guys, but I got to give props out there to the 46, Fred Thompson, because he got loose when that happened. Dalton actually, I think, might have tapped him a little bit. I mean, Dalton had no place to go, so he was hard on the brake, but, you know, the 46 went a little sideways, but Fred Thompson hung on to it and just continued on. These guys continuing under green, so what an outstanding job driving there by Fred Thompson.
Yeah, I've talked to Fred Thompson, guys, with you, and Fred, he's a giver. He definitely is a giver. He's out here running with his son, of course, Rick. We've talked about this before. It's a way for those two kind of connect every Sunday. Get out here and race with the Blazing Pedals guys.
I think that's cool. You can't ask for anything better than that.
I agree.
Now, I can't get my dad to sit down and play a video game. There's no way it's going to happen.
I couldn't either.
But every Thursday night, my dad and I, and Rick has been joining us, sit down, and we're watching some of our local track racing that's been broadcasted. Very cool stuff to watch. And, you know, that's been one of the neat things of the summer. Oh, no, the 63 gets tagged, goes into the wall. Dakota Todd goes for the ride. And Jamie Walker comes off the back bumper. Guys, this could be big for Walker. If this is deemed his problem, you know what the penalty is there. It's an EOL penalty. But right now, under caution with 18 laps to go before we go under caution for stage number 2. I believe the truck has it queued up. Let's go on back and take a peek.
This is why I'm not in the booth.
I don't want to be up in race control.
The 63 comes off the corner, gets a little loose, may have scrubbed some speed. The 88 into the back bumper. Oh boy, it is going to depend on, well, Sam, Mark, you guys
Todd,
get to figure it out.
Yeah, 'cause Todd was going pretty hard there, and Tice was right there, and they touched bumpers. That's what it looks like to me. And so, of course, Todd very hard on the brakes.
Yep. Had to check up, and the 88 was following in line. Didn't really have a place to go. As we took another look at it, we'll do that one more time.
And one thing with Jamie Walker, guys, it was him.
There it is, a little punch off from the 24. The 63 has to back out, and the 88 sends the 63 into the wall. Not a lot of damage for the 63, at least not on the left side. Can't see the right side fully. And now we can. Oh yeah, fender's punched in just a little bit.
Guys, I just heard from race control that is going to go to the 88 EOL.
Oh man.
One thing with that 88, he will own his problems.
Yes, he will.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, that's hard racing. I mean, no driver had any place to go. I mean, Tice looks like he might have checked up a little bit, guys, which caused Dakota Todd to get into him a little quicker than what he was anticipating. Of course, Todd then hits the brakes. Walker, you know, kind of maybe zoned out a little bit, just running his rhythm, and didn't have enough time to slow down. And I'm not too worried about Walker, though, guys. I mean, going down to EOL, he's worked his way up already here tonight. I think he can do it again. We got plenty of laps left.
Well, guys, this ought to give the 21 Marquis Smith, he may be able to get one of his laps of 2 back here.
Yes, it should.
Along with Casey Campbell, Fred Thompson, and David Bennett.
Well, we're going to find out here as we're running around this 1 mile track under caution. The first non-scheduled caution of the evening, brought out with contact from the 88 and the 63.
That's a bad break for Dakota Todd, too.
Luck just continuing. I mean, either this is what usually happens to Dakota Todd. I mean, he's very fast. He's up front. We know that he can race up front with these guys. Already locked into the chase, but it just seems that since he's got locked in, he just hasn't had the best luck.
It's true and unfortunate. Right now, though, the guy with all the luck, it seems, your front runner, the 8 of Derek Garrison. And I believe for the first time this season, Derek Garrison's going to have to make a choice, guys. Is he going to restart on the inside or on the outside?
And I tell you what, I haven't ran this track enough to know where I would want to go.
And everything to me would tell me to stay on the outside. I mean, it worked for Dalton Kilrow. If you can get a good jump on the guy who's on the inside, you can clear him and then get in his way. I mean, we've seen it all night tonight. I mean, when the pros race in real life, I mean, that's why I kind of stopped going to Loudon, is because it's a very cat and mouse type game. I mean, or, race. Everyone gets nose to tail, and that's how it pretty much is. It's tough to pass, even though a lot of drivers here tonight have made some big passes. And look at Derek Paulson up 14 positions, so it's definitely doable. But I don't know. I think I'd want to go on the outside.
Guys, I think the number 9 of Nick Key, I believe he got a speeding pit road, so he has to go to the back.
That's no fun.
Base car lights are off, guys, and it's been decided. Derek Garrison going to choose the inside lane to his outside. Joe Tice, Rick Thompson going to be restarting in third. John Perkins and Dalton Kilrow round out the top 5. Then it's Derek Paulson, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Ty Morosco, Brian McRae, and Ian Habiuk inside of the top 10. A half a lap to go before we go back under the green flag. And guys, there's some names there we haven't talked about a lot here tonight, including Brian McRae up inside the top 10.
Yeah, McRae's been kind of quiet here tonight, guys. This is what I like about, they call him on Discord, of course, Mr. Racecraft, and this is why. And, I pay attention to that, dear. Open foot, Carrie.
He is. Brian is a sleeper.
Yes.
He's very quiet to a race.
Pace car drops down onto pit road. The 8 takes control of the field. He hits the loud pedal. We are back under the green flag. Rick Thompson tries to take over second spot already from Joe Tice. Can't quite get there. Here comes the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Kilrow holds on to 4th. Derek Garrison with a nice shot out of the cannon as we go.
We got a yellow flag,
and
guys.
we're back under. Just as I was bringing back up the ticker, oh boy, it is going to be on Ian Habiuk.
That's net code.
And oh boy, heavy damage as the whole right side. Oh my goodness. The right front is caved in on itself. Let's go back to the truck. Guys, do you have that ready? Yeah, okay. Inside of Brian, or on the outside rather, of Brian McRae. And he just gets loose. Hard impact to the 16. Oh my Lord. If you haven't seen it yet, guys, make sure you go check that one out. We're going to go back and look at it one more time. You see Brian McRae, he's to the inside, but that's nothing. As the 16 just gets loose. Can't quite correct it enough. And man, the right side of that car just folds in underneath itself. The 16 may be done for the night.
I was going on with what Rick said. I looked at it a couple times. It looks like Ian just got loose on his own.
Yeah, thanks. That's what I said.
Well, okay. There were 3 of us here, so somebody's got to be deciding vote.
Under caution, one more time. This makes caution number 2 of the unscheduled cautions. And man, guys, I know very often it's said that cautions breed cautions, but here we are, 2 quick cautions right in a row here. Last lap by, though, Dalton Kilrow was the fastest driver on the track, a 36.62. So Kilroe might be getting that 41 up and ready to roll some more here tonight. See a 13 of David Bennett going around the pace car. He gets onto the lead lap now. So Bennett rejoins those drivers. And Ian Habiak may be done for the night.
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy damage there on the 16TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry, Chris. The right front wheel is all bent up to shape, and I just got word from race control. It is going to be classified as net code, so no penalties coming out of this incident.
Yeah, it's fair. Tim Habiak out there in chat checking us out. Tim, hope you're having a great night, buddy. Gonna be back next week. You know, Tim's always on vacation.
You might want to bring the boy a bottle of moonshine. He's going to need it after tonight, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a little rough. I mean, Ian isn't exactly to the point where moonshine is maybe a 6-pack of some cheap beer.
Maybe some Bush Apple?
I'm sure Ian knows where to get it. He don't need his dad.
Some things are better left not knowing.
Right.
Ian's already in the car going over to Junior Johnson's place right now through the back door.
Well, Derek Garrison still going to be your race leader. Joe Tice, Rick Thompson, Dolan Kilroe, your top 4. John Perkins in 5th, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco, Brian McRae, and Brian Dees now enter into the top 10. 17 makes it into the top 10, guys. Very, very quiet tonight for the Dees machine. And in the booth.
Well, I was gonna say, matter of fact, the practice got into today was Brian Dees. He put one up for a little bit, and that's the one I got into. And he was, let's see, I'm looking at his lap times. He was running just about what he's got posted right now, maybe just a tick faster.
Yeah, room to grow then for Brian Dees. His best lap time so far tonight, a 31.2. So not too far away from the leaders, about 0.4 of a second. As the pace car drops off, we're getting ready to go back into the green. We're working lap 82, guys, and look, what, 8 laps?
Yeah.
8 laps before we go back under caution. So these guys are going to put it all out on their track here, I think.
I'm quiet because the wife and son brought me some popcorn, so
yeah.
I don't want to step on nobody's feet.
Well, I wouldn't step on anybody's feet either if you have COVID in the foot.
I got to wear a mask on my right foot so that it doesn't catch it.
In all seriousness, Terry, you know, obviously we've missed you out on track, but we're happy that you're up here in the booth with us, man. And we wish you well. We can't wait until you can get that thing fixed and get back out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3-month ordeal once I get it cut.
Pace cars off. We're back under the green flag. Derek Garrison again with a great restart. And Tice able to hold on to second. Here comes the 41 of Dolan Kilroe trying to hold on to that 4th spot. He's fighting with Rick Thompson for 3rd. As we're 2x2, look at the stack of cars behind these guys. Oh my.
I mean, I kind of want to look back there, Chris and Terry, but right now, I got all eyes right now on Thompson to see what he can do there in the 76 machine. He's not giving Dalton any easy passes here at all.
Oh no,
hanging on
there's
tight.
Not a lot of room to give, as top 3 in the second stage would look really good on the resume for Rick Thompson. Oh, the 41 with a big whittle go coming out of turn number 2. And that gives Thompson the ability to firmly take over 3rd spot as Derek Garrison rolling out of turn number 4 onto the front stretch and across the line. And lap 85 is just begun.
I'm watching Dakota Todd in that 63, man. He just put Brian Dees down. Not a lap down, but he just passed Brian Dees for 13th or 12th spot there. Now he's working on the 3 of Corey Sherman. So he is working his way back up toward the front, guys.
And Todd, along with a couple others, have a long way to go. Some of these guys are probably using some pit road strategy, wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
I mean, I would. I'd be like, yeah, give me some of them special
Oh.
staggered tires.
Okay, Tim. You want to grab him, Rick?
Not in the care center. He's still in the Team TRJ Karting, but we'll bring him.
Oh,
Close enough.
he ain't heavy yet.
Hurricane.
Hey, kid.
He's not there.
All right, Tim, go back to sleep.
Derek Garrison leading this field around the track. Two drivers, it looks like, will not finish here tonight. Ian Habiak and this other guy who didn't even bother starting the race.
And put down a qualifying lap. That's sad. I'd at least gone out there and done a qualifying lap.
I knew I should have put my car on the track. At least one lap.
Yeah, you went the game in last. Not that you've been having some pretty good luck here this season, but we're very proud of you. And you know, you're coming into your own. And I don't think it's going to be long before we start seeing you break into. I'm not going to make any promises of drinking gross stuff, but because I'm still trying to kill that taste in my mouth. But I've been doing pretty good.
I'm getting more comfortable in the car. Unfortunately, it happened late in the season. I'm finding my spots on the track.
Guys, we got a battle for the lead here. Don't mean to cut you off, but I do. Joe Tice down to the inside of Derek Garrison. Garrison into the wall. Derek Garrison able to hold on to it, but man, did he get into the wall, and that is going to cost him the race lead. Tice able to go up ahead, and here comes the 76 of Rick Thompson now to the inside. Thompson making it a run. Derek Garrison battling back hard on the outside, able to hold on a second for that lap. One more lap. Caution will fly for stage number 2, and it looks like Joe Tice is going to take it this time.
And Chris, that little mix-up right there with little 8, that's what's happened to Rick Thompson this season. He gets caught up in something that wasn't his, it has to do with him.
Yeah, so many times this season. But across the line, it's going to be Joe Tice in the number 24, winning stage number 2. An unbelievable run out of Tice. Out of nowhere, won stage number 1. 2 laps to go in stage 2, he decides he's going to make a leap for the lead and takes it over from Derek Garrison. Guys, this is setting up to be a pretty dang good race. All the pleasantries are gone. Now they come down. Well, no, I don't think so. If you're looking for the win, the pleasantries are gone. You got to start really putting yourself in position. And the 24 just did that by taking the lead.
And Chris, go ahead, Rick. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I heard on the radio, Rick Thompson was battling for second pretty hard with Garrison. And, Thompson just came over the radio and said, hey, man, that was fun. Let's do it again.
I love it.
So looking at Jamie Walker, guys, with that EOL that he got to cause caution earlier, he's back up to 15th place.
That's what I expect out of Jamie. I mean, he's not going to finish there. I can tell you that. He's going to work hard, pass some more cars. What he has to do. But right now, the biggest mover so far of the race at the end of stage 2, Derek Paulson in the 6 machine, has moved up 14 positions.
I'll tell you what, after this pit stop, guys, let's bring the number 10 Taylor Butcher in, if you don't mind.
We can do that, but
during the caution, I should say. Once his pit's over.
But before we do that, guys, we're going to step away, take a little bit of a commercial break, and we will be right back right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press.
saved it.
What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Wide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Hey, we're back here. I want to get to Taylor Butcher Benjamin. You got me real quick.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man, you got anything for these guys? I've been sitting here watching you a little bit. You're running 10th place right now, started 3rd. What do you got for them?
Well, I keep getting stuck down the inside line on the restarts, and that's not helping my cause. So hopefully if it can get in the right lane on the restarts, maybe I can make some moves back forward. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting restart with Aaron and Jamie out here on. I know Jamie doesn't have tires. I don't think Aaron does either. So, of course, it's so hard to pass. The track position's everything. So all that combined would make for the rest of this race to be pretty interesting, I think.
All right, bud. We'll give them hell out there. I'm pulling for you.
I'll do what I can.
That was Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. As well, I guess we had a little bit more time than I told you, Terry, but that's okay. Caution light's still on the beautiful Ford Mustang.
You heard Taylor say something about Backover and Walkover. Walker. I better get something to drink. Not taking tires. I don't believe either one of them guys did come down to the pits, boys.
No, they didn't. I'll tell you straight up.
I don't have that access to look at that stuff, so.
You know, I am still learning about all the stuff that I have access to. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, buttons galore now.
Terry, if you thought our setup before was crazy to look at, you should see what I'm looking at right now, buddy. Holy cow.
Well, I was up at, my wife and I had the date planned and everything. We had our time off work to come up there. But since the states we want to go to won't allow outside states to come in, I had to cancel it. That's the only reason we're not coming.
There, I just sent you a picture of what I'm looking at right now. As
Okay.
pace car lights are off, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Pace car is going to be entering into turn number 3. And, man, this is going to be a good one. Backover, Walker, your top 2.
Chris, those are Bud Light bottles.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
That's pretty cool, though. I like that.
Pace car drops off. We get ready to go back under the green flag to begin the last stage of the race. And Aaron Backover pulls off a heck of a restart here, guys. He left the 88 standing there. Now,
That was just an
Jamie
amazing
Walker.
restart.
Yeah, Walker now starts to reel him back in. Looking to the inside already. Jamie Walker looking to go lug nut to lug nut. Through turns 3 and 4, and Walker takes the advantage. Here comes the 24. That's going to keep Backover from being able to get back into the preferred line. Backover stuck to the outside. Joe Tice in the 24 takes that line. He's on the inside. Backover now back to 3rd. Here comes Derek Garrison in 4th. Derek Garrison has had a fine race here tonight. He has led a bunch of laps. Now Garrison tries to get back into the top 3. He's being followed by the 76 of Rick Thompson.
Right behind Thompson, Dalton Kilroy on the 41, getting a good run there, sucking up to the back bumper there, pretty much of the 76, Chris. He's going to be looking on the outside right now. I don't know if he's really going to try to box. Oh, no. Thompson says no, I don't think so.
Good move out of the 41. He set him up going high and dropped it down to take the inside. Here comes Derek Garrison to try and get around Bockover now. Garrison takes that spot away. Bockover falling hard. Got to be on those old tires.
Guys, I kind of know what he's doing since I do race with him. I'm not going to give it away, but I'm pretty sure I know what he's trying to do.
Pass for the lead as we go under caution. Will it count? We'll have to find out after. As it looks like the 9 car may have had a moment. We'll have to cue it back up. Let's do that right now.
Oh, that's bad for Nick.
Nick Okie. Oh, may have had a little help. It looks like he came off from the front bumper of the 13. Nick Okie hard into the outside retaining wall. Let's go back and look at it one more time. Okie to the inside, the 13 of Dave Bennett to the outside. They swatched. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
I mean, that was a violent hit to that outside wall, too.
We're going to take one more look at it from the blimp. See if we can pick up on anything else. You see Okie gets around the 13. And you 13, or the 9 may have washed up in front of him. Boy, again, I wouldn't want to make these calls, guys. I'm glad I don't have to.
Somebody.
Well, here's what this is going to allow. Even though we're very early into this run, it's going to allow for some guys to come down and take a little fuel. Some guys who maybe didn't take tires, who have a set or two, are going to come down going, you know what? On second thought, change those tires. And then there's that Chris Legge guy who's sitting on pit road. He's like, yep. And for my next course, I'm going to take nice. Oh, Jamie Walker. Thompson comes down pit road. A bunch of other drivers coming on down.
Yeah, pit road got busy, guys. So the 13 got called for that incident. We'll be getting an EOL there. David Bennett heading back to the end of the line.
Guys, we get a minute. Ian is sitting in the infield care center, so if one of y'all want to grab him, help him.
I don't know. I don't know if we can do that. That's the problem. I guess we can. Go ahead.
Ian Heavy, you got us.
Yeah, I got you.
What are you doing, dude?
I don't know. Hanging out right now.
What happened out there, buddy? Tell us.
Oh, well, out there, I mean, pretty much just, like, I got out of the car and looked at the replay, and that was probably about the biggest netcode I've seen so far. I mean, we were just going down in turn 1 like a normal restart, and Brian split up a little bit, and like I could probably, like, if it was in real life, I could probably stand in between those cars with no problem, and it just got hooked around, and the rest was history.
Are you coming back out?
Yeah, I'm already back out on track, 15 laps down. But
10-4. Well, good luck,
you're back, and I noticed that you had a lot of damage, Ian, and it looked like your right front tire was popped up through the hood. How's the car handling out there now?
I mean, right now it's going pretty good. I took all the optional as of now, and I had like about 8 minutes worth of required repair, but that's all good. It's handling all right so far.
All right, buddy. Hey, listen, sorry for the bad luck there tonight. I know for a fact that, I canceled the rest of your dad's vacations for the rest of the season, so he's going to be back in your ear next week. He promised. So, hopefully that'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully it will.
It's going to be tough when you have a live spotter and then you go back to the iRacing spotter. I mean, myself, when I used to use a different application and I turned it off or didn't, or use the live spotter and I don't have the iRacing spotter, are you still using the iRacing spotter?
Yeah, I'm using the iRacing spotter as of now, and it's really tough going from iRacing and to my dad and such.
Yeah, I definitely bet it is. Hey, listen, bud, well, good luck for the rest of the race out there. We expect to see you making a couple moves. I know you said you're about 15 laps down, so you got some work ahead of you, but just keep at it.
Yep, not a problem. Thank you.
Good luck, bud.
Ian Habiak, driver of the TRJKarting.com Toyota. All right, now, unfortunately, sits 16 laps down in 22nd spot, just ahead of that Chris Legge guy.
Well, guys, our pole sitter is finally back on the lead lap, sitting in 19th place.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. Marquis Smith on the lead lap. And, you know, if he still has that pre-race speed, boy, he could be a contender. There's plenty of laps to get up to the front here. Man, this one's definitely not done, guys.
Rick, I don't know if you said what race control, but Dave Bennett got the EOL for this penalty here for this caution.
That is correct.
Pace car hits pit road, and we are getting ready to go back under the green flag. It's going to be Garrison and Tice up front. Tice with a great restart this time. Holy goodness, look at the 41. Dalton Kilroe's trying to take second off from this restart. He does. Derek Garrison stuck to the outside. Here comes Ty Morosco out of nowhere. Ty in the one car tries to take the inside. Can't quite get there.
Yeah, Morosco's been pretty quiet here tonight, guys, but finally breaking into that top 5 right now, sitting in 4th position. Rick Thompson right behind him. So good to see Morosco starting to, I guess you could say, wake up a little bit here. And that's something that Ty Morosco usually does, guys. He hangs back a little bit during the first half of the race, and then he really pours it on. So I'm expecting to see some big things, but right now Rick Thompson working on the inside of that one machine of Morosco. Thompson tried to move up another position. Looks like he's going to have it.
And don't look now, because right behind Thompson on that inside line, it's the 17 of Brian Dees. Dees has been moving forward for the last couple of laps that we've been under green, not able to get under Ty Morosco that time, but watch for that 17. He is just outside the top 5. Speaking of just outside the top 5, how about the guy right behind him at one point? Had to restart this thing at the end. Now the 88 is moving very well as he sits in 6th spot after he got around Dees, and now goes down to the inside looking to get around Ty Morosco.
As all that's going on up the front, Chris, I'm looking back here to TNA Motorsports driver number 3 sitting in 13th position. There was a gaggle of cars all bunched up there, and the guy's got it all straightened out, but man, that was kind of sketchy there for a second.
Man, oh man, so much action happening here at the Magic Mile. It's tough to know where to look, but right now, Jamie Walker is making his way around the one car. Brian D is going to try again on the inside. Dees still looks to try and get into the top 5, has a little work to get there, but we'll call it one less as he has got a nose in front of Ty Morosco.
Dees working that inside very well, Chris. Finally got around as they head into the corner. The Dees moves up into the 6th position. Now he's going to try to track down Walker, and Walker's been making a move now. Of course, we know that he got an EOL penalty, had to start back at the end of the line. And as we said, guys, he's worked his way back up into the top 5.
I was just sitting there watching Bockover and the Butcher go at it for a little bit, and I think the old tires are starting to show there for Aaron Bockover in that 44 car.
I'm sure he's trying to hold on to a set, but the 44 desperately could use him as he is getting a little bit loose in the rear of that car. I'm going to check in on our pole sitter, Marquis Smith, who at one point in this race, guys, he was down 2 laps, and it was looking like lights out after almost winning stage 1. And then the biggest heartbreaker of them all happened. He ran out of fuel. He went 2 laps down. He's gotten those laps back, got on the lead lap, guys, and now he is getting very close to battling it out with Nick Okie. That would be for 15th spot.
That's slowly working his way back up through the field as he looks on the inside of Okie right now, Chris. The 21 is definitely on a mission to try to get a good finish here. Hopefully the pep talk, helped a little bit, because right now he is definitely making some moves out there.
Check in on Brian McRae. McRae's up 11 spots right now. Not the biggest mover, but I'll tell you what, man, he is doing a fine job here tonight, because he's sitting inside of the top 10, running in 8th spot, just behind Ty Morosco. And the 35 doing a great job here tonight, even if it is just a little bit quiet.
Sometimes we found out many times, Chris, that the quiet person usually the one that makes the biggest moves. So we'll see what McRae can do there.
Definitely.
Got his teammates right behind him. That's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin and Derek Paulson. Trying to catch up to the back bumper. Roscoe.
Back up front, your race leader, Joe Tice, and he's starting to open up just a little bit of a gap now, and we really haven't seen this, guys. All race long, it's been bumper to bumper racing up front, and right now, Tice has about a 0.4 of a second lead over Dalton Kilroe. Behind Kilroe, it's Garrison, and we know Garrison is fast here tonight. The 8 car has been putting it on a show. And right now, sitting in that 3rd spot behind him, Rick Thompson, Jamie Walker rounding out the top 5.
I'm just looking at last pit time, guys. It looks like the top 3 have new tires. Rick Thompson decided against it.
But he's holding his own up there in that 4th spot.
Really is.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. If you would have told me that he took tires, I would have believed you.
I know you guys are watching the front, but I'm still watching that 21 of Marquise Smith. He's just all over Nick Akie in that 9 car. Just trying to get around him.
Well, we know Akie can get around this track. He's got some damage, might be hampering his car just a little bit. It's not an aero type thing. It could be a handling thing going on with a 9 car, but the 21, you're right, Terry. He has got no way to figure out how to get around him. That car is about 35 feet wide right now.
Hey, Rick, I think your pep talk might help, man. He's holding his own out there. He's got some good speeds going on.
I'm hoping so, Terry, because, you know, like I said, I've been in that position before where, I mean, I know that this is just a hobby, it's a game, you know, but when you're out there and you're trying your hardest, and especially in the case of Marquis Smith, I mean, he came out here, we talked to him on the grid walk, you know, you kind of gave him a little heck there, you know, talking about his numbers and stuff, but he surprised us in qualifying, and he got the pole here. And the first half of the first stage, he was going excellent. And then, you know, it's the bad luck happening, running out of gas at the end of stage number 1. That puts a lot on your mind because, you know, he wants to do good. And he is a good racer. He is a wheelman. As we see now, he's working on the inside of Okie. He's got a good run right now, but Okie still.
There we go.
There we go. But, you know, I've been there before, and it does. It hampers your driving style, and you start, you know, thinking bad things like, why am I even here? Why am I doing this? Why do I stink so bad? And, you know, you just got to knock those things out of your head. I mean, that's something that Chris is my brother, and I'm so glad that, you know, I don't remember what game you were playing, but I remember one night seeing you playing a racing game, and I'm like, dude, you got to try a real racing game, and he's been hooked ever since. And it's helped me out because he's calmed me down. He's given me those little pep talks, you know, and he knows exactly when I need it. And, you know, now Marquis, he's sitting inside the top 15. I don't think he's done yet.
Oh, not by any means.
I mean, he's got work to do, but, you know, I would say if we can get into the top, you know, close to the top 10, I think that you call that a good night, you know? Not what he wants, but... You know, talking to him too, you know, we talked about Marquise, and we've seen it a couple of times, especially at the beginning of the season when he had all his bad luck right before he decided to take a break. You know, like we talked about the disconnections, and, you know, some of it was, you know, hardware issues, or mechanical issues, as we like to say here. But you know, he was one that would just, you know, say, okay, whatever, I had a bad night, I'm done. And he's not giving up, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He just needs to go out there and just keep charging.
You know, another one that ain't been given up is Dakota Todd. He got caught up early with a penalty, wasn't it? No, he got turned.
Turned, yeah.
And now he's back up in 11th place.
Wow, and he's just outside of 10th. I mean, you've got John Perkins and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin right there. and he just got around Perkins. So Dakota Todd now makes his way back into the top 10. And guys, this is like I said earlier, the cream often rises to the top. It just takes a little while for it to happen sometimes. And well, I think it might be starting to happen here late into this one as we're working lap of 123 of 181. Want to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We really do appreciate it. And I want to say a special thank you to trjkarting.com.
TRJkarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers.
Hate to cut it off, but yellow flag is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And I'm not sure why.
Try Perkins. Taylor's.
Perkins and Taylor, yep.
All right, on their word, we're going to go back and take a peek. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, well, yeah. Let's go on back. And I think we're going to have to go back just a little bit further. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way and hit the rewind button. .33 John Perkins. Guys, two guys are trying to use the same lane.
They both won't fit there.
They both don't fit. You're absolutely correct.
From race control to 33, getting the EOL, Perkins moving back to the end of the line.
Under caution. I believe this makes 4, if memory serves. Unscheduled caution flags.
Oh, Derek Garrison made an aggressive move coming down onto pit road.
And just exactly what I thought was going to happen with the 44. He pitted, got his fresh tires, got him some fuel. Watch out.
A lot of drivers opting to hit pit road.
Yeah, and that's a tough call too for these drivers if you guys think about it, really. I mean, we're on lap 126 right now of 181. Going to be 127. Still, you know, a lot of racing left. But the guys that have been holding on to that set of tires, do you take it now? Thinking, I mean, because the race has been, I mean, this is only the 4th caution so far. So not really bad if you really think about it. Come in this early, or do you think about maybe another caution coming out later on in the race?
I would think of another caution coming out.
I mean, it's all coming down to the line, so this is when we start really seeing them, you know, the drivers out there making the moves that they need to make. Talking about moves, look at Marquis Smith. Now, we've been watching him. Nice pole sitter. Back up to 12th position. Looks like he has a nice full tank of Sunoco racing fuel and at least 2, if not 4, Dr. Feelgood.
I was just looking at McRae. He's up, what, 11 spots?
12 spots now, yeah, sitting in 7th position.
Okay, he just switched over for me. Yeah.
Those are the kind of drivers you really got to look out for, Terry. I mean, you know, like you said, you know, we guys, you know, you got nicknames going on. So Mr. Racecraft, but we talked about it. He's kind of a sleeper. And that's, I mean, McRae hasn't had the best season towards, you know, up to now. He's been getting better and better each race. But this is what we normally see of him. You know, he kind of hangs back mid-pack in the back for most of the race, and then he just starts pouring it on. And he's doing a heck of a job here right now, sitting in 7th.
Tell you what, he takes that 35 around the track. He knows how to save those tires, because when he needs them at the end, he's coming around you. He will come around you. He saves his tires really well.
Well, that comes out with age too, you know. I mean, Ryan McRae, not a spring chicken, but he's not, you know, an old rooster yet. But You know, he knows how to take care of that 35 Dr. Squatch Gold Moss number 35, and that's exactly what he does. He just, you know, some of the younger drivers, they don't really think that way. You know, they just want to go, you know, or blow time. But Ryan McKay makes smart decisions out there on track, and it works out for him week in and week out.
David Bennett had to eject from the race. He had a kid that was a little upset. And yeah, David, you know what? Been there, done that. Pace car lights are off. We're about a half a lap from going back under the green flag here from the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Oh man, this has been a good one, and it is winding down. Lap 128 is being worked right now. 129 when we go back under the green flag. Pace car getting set to make that turn. And guys, we're going to be right back under the green flag. Tice, Kilrow, your top two. Thompson, Walker make up the next two rows as we wait for that green flag. Tice hard on the gas pedal. He is gone. Dalton Kilrow tries to hang on. He does. And here comes the 88 of Jamie Walker working the inside of Rick Thompson through turns 1 and 2.
Jamie's kind of in a hard spot right now. I mean, he's got Rick Thompson pinned up against the wall on the outside, but got to clear him enough to get behind Dalton. And as they come in the corner, you see Dalton slowing down, and Rick Thompson just closing the door. There we go. He got him.
They touched.
The 88 was washing up. Derek Paulson looks like he's had an issue. Back on track, though. We keep going.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chris, I used to have that problem like Dave Bennett had until I found duct tape. I'm kidding for anybody out there listening. I'm kidding. It was just regular tape.
If they're all Wow. I hear Gorilla Tape is much better nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
A good strong grafting tape is what I like, but everybody has their own. Joe Tice, your race leader. Dalton Kilrow, Jamie Walker, and out your top three. Then it's Rick Thompson, Ty Morosco, Dakota Todd, Brian McRae, Corey Sherman. Well, Corey Sherman just got passed by Aaron Bockover, so it's Bockover, Garrison now, and Corey Sherman. So some of these guys with those fresh tires, we're going to watch them make their way on through. Aaron Bockover, one of the top guys that does. Oh, a big blink out of the 44. Oh, boy.
There he is.
Man, oh, man, hate to see that because, Terry, look.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, I've raced a total of 1.5 times.
Okay.
What does it feel like when you have somebody in front of you that just kind of disappears?
Scares the hell out of you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that hasn't changed.
You don't know where they're going to land. That's the problem. One of our races, not too long ago, I was involved with whoever blinked out, they landed in my car. And luckily it didn't cause me an accident, but it scared the heck out of me.
Oh, I remember that was during the beginning of the season, wasn't it?
It very well could have been.
I think it was because I remember talking about that on the broadcast because actually I was watching your car at that point, and it might have been it might have been Walker who did it because he's had some connection issues. And when he came back, he was in your car, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Spooky.
Oh, it is, as a driver, it's scary.
And I use a VR, so now you got another, you got that car
even worse
side of you. Yeah, even worse. Man, I'm watching Jamie Walker all over that 41 at Dalton Kilrow. Just can't find a spot to get around him.
Those two have been battling it out hard all season long. I believe they're almost, tied now for wins? Or Walker's got one up on Dalton.
Is it one or two?
Maybe two.
Hold on.
And we got the stat guy here.
I know,
Okay, Jamie Walker with 9. Dalton's only got 5.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Jamie Walker 8 poles. Dalton Kilrow with 2.
So that kind of goes back. Rick, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. The first part of the season, boy, the 41, he could do no wrong. And then come the last, say, 10 to 15 races, he just hasn't been the same, really, since the last time he won. When we were talking about his win stickers on his car, if you recall that, he said you had to add one more, and that was kind of it.
My fault.
So you guys know this track better than any of us here, probably. With Jamie running down to that bottom line a little lower than Dalton, is that really messing up his tires that bad?
A little bit, yeah. There's a sweet spot on this track, and it's kind of between, especially on turns 3 and 4. When you come out of 4, you want to be up about a half a lane. There's a sweet spot there, and if you ran some practices, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's like a little in the road. If you are straddling that, boy, that car will turn. And we're gonna watch. You know what? Why don't we do this, guys? Because we haven't yet. We're gonna hop into the cockpit. I think. Yeah, we are. We're gonna hop into the cockpit of the 88 as he enters into turn 3. And we're gonna see if we can find that little spot. It's about right here. If you're up right where Jamie Walker was, that is the sweet spot of this track. 1 and 2, I have not ever found a sweet spot. It's just miserable there. But 3 and 4, there is definitely a spot to come out, and it's not on the low groove. It's somewhere between the first and second lane. Yeah, it's weird.
Dalton is not giving that to him easy, is he?
No, he's not. He's fighting him all the way.
Hey, that's good. I like seeing this with these two guys.
Yeah, finally the 88 does take it over. Now we got to see if the 88 can track down Tice, who in that whole thing, guys, he has built up a 1 second lead. Can Tice do it again here tonight? Make it another race started, another race won.
Show-offs.
I've been watching that 8 car a little bit when the 88 and the 41 were racing, guys. The Garrison starting to really catch up to the back bumper of Kilbro. And there's a couple other things I want to talk about. Look at the guy who's sitting in 5th right now in the top 5, Aaron Bockover. PNA Motorsports driver having a heck of a night here. And then right behind him, Marquis Smith in the 21 in 6th position.
Our pole sitter. Yeah, our pole sitter of the 21, Marquis Smith. This could be the ultimate in Cinderella stories, guys. He's coming back from 2 laps down here with 40 laps to go. 2 laps down, all the way back up to 5th spot, or excuse me, up to 6th spot here. I mean, come on. The 21 has passed, I don't know how many cars, really, tonight. And you got to think back to that very end of stage 1. What if he didn't run out of fuel?
I would think he'd be up there running in the first place with Tice.
I mean, he's working hard on the inside of Aaron Bockover in the 44 Bush machine. This is exactly, I mean, if the race was to end right now and Marquis finished in 6th, if I was him, I'd be happy. Very happy and proud. I mean, he's worked a lot to where he is right now, but we also have to remember, I mean, Marquis,
guys, we're starting pit stops again.
I was just going to say, Marquis got to think now. Got to say, okay, I've worked this hard. It's time to come down into the pits, and I believe that's what Tice is thinking about doing right now. Walker's going to follow him, it looks like. Garrison going to stay out. Marquis staying out. Bockover staying out. Ooh.
Now, Bockover has a set of tires, guys.
So our new race leader
take it.
Is the 8 of Derek Garrison. Of course, Garrison has led several laps here tonight. The 8 very fast around this track. Ooh. Oh boy, Bockover comes off the corner loose, wicked loose for the 44 machine. Just caught the tail end of that on video. And then there's Mark Arthur out in chat saying, hey, these guys should be running up top of the concrete. They're all running it wrong. And he did make the setup, guys, so I can't say no.
I talked to him the other night about it. Because I was running about what Bockover's line is running. Dakota Todd hitting the pits.
You know what I say to Mark? Rick,
what's that?
Rick, you're going to love this. I say, if you know how to run these cars, Where are you on a Tuesday night?
Why aren't you driving? Yeah, where are you on a Tuesday night? We got 4 spots left, folks.
We're not going to advertise it. Just going to say that and leave it at that.
I bet he's going to say he has to work. You want to bet?
Uh-huh. Terry, I think I could make you a broadcaster in about 32 seconds. I need a broadcaster for Tuesday nights. Sounds like you're going to have plenty of time. Don't do much. Oh, come on. You ain't going to be working?
I'm still working till winter time, and that's when I want to get the surgery done.
Okay.
That's why I'm not racing. I'm trying to keep my foot as healthy as possible so I can still make money.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that. Look at this, though. Marquis Smith, second spot behind Derek Garrison. And yes, there have been some pit stops made here, guys. But unbelievable come around for the 21 driver of Marquis Smith, sitting now in second spot. And if I didn't know better, I'd say he's making a move. Of course, he doesn't have to, because here comes the 8. The 8 coming down pit road. For the first time since stage number 1, we have a race leader named Marquis Smith.
And in a way, I mean, I'm very proud of Marquis Smith, in a way, but I'm very proud of Marquis Smith for doing what he's doing as Jamie Walker works on the inside. The problem, though, is, guys, that he still needs to come down pit road. And he missed his opportunity because Jamie Walker, who just made the pass, has already been down pit road. Dalton Kilrow, who's getting ready to set up to work on a pass. Mark Tice right behind him.
Time, guys.
There we go. He's got to come down pit road. He's going to lose some positions here, but still, not bad. He just proved to himself that he can race from the back, come from 2 laps down to lead the race again. No matter what happens from here, that's a win right there.
Marquis Smith going to come down pit road, and that should give the lead on over to Aaron Bockover. We're going to find out here in just a moment as the 21 does go down below the yellow line. He's coming on pit road, and there it is, TNA driver Aaron Bockover, your new race leader. And Terry, he's already stopped. He's got those tires. Now it's a matter of, does he have enough fuel? And I gotta say, I don't think the answer is yes at this point.
I know Aaron. He is a math. He does it all in his head, and he'll be right on the money. He won't run out.
He won't run out. That's the
But
word.
he also doesn't listen to the broadcasters and when to come in the pit either, because we know one driver who that did not work for.
You know what, Rick? I haven't told you this. I know what you said, and I'm just in there driving around the track. I look down, it's like, oh crap, I should have pitted about 10 laps ago.
We had the strategy for you to win, and you didn't listen.
I know. That's my bad.
You know?
Honestly, though, I mean, my thing is, you know, it's easy for me to say because every Sunday, Chris and every Sunday that you guys run, Chris and I are up here in the booth, so we get to see all the different strategies going on from all the different drivers. Now, it's a little different for you guys driving on the track to see when people go in. And I will not lie, I am terrible when it comes to pit stops. Like, I never understood. Chris tries to help me. You know, I lean on Chris a lot when we're racing, and I'll be doing this on Tuesday nights with the 87s, too. Hopefully, we're going to have a team channel set up. But, you know, when to go in, because when I think I need to go in, is not when I need to go in. But looking at things like this, I mean, you got guys who are front runners week in and week out. There's guys who have a lot of wins. Look at Jamie Walker, 9 wins so far this season. I think that's obviously the most so far of the season. In my eyes, if I knew that Walker went down pit road, I would be following him no matter how far back I was.
Well, one good thing with our league, a reason why our racing is so good, I feel, we all communicate out here. We key up, say, hey, we're pitting next time around, or some of us use the button to say pitting in next time or whatever. Derek,
baby!
Bockover!
Bockover gets tagged from the 21. He's able to hold on, but the 46 again takes the brunt of it. And you see the damage on the left front this time. That's too many cars trying to use the same lane, guys. That's all that is. That's hard racing.
And guys, I'm looking at, I don't know what part, how you're looking at the race, but I can see chat. And Fred Thompson told him to pass him on the left.
He tried.
I know. But anyway, back to we try to communicate as much as we can here, so we have a good showing, so it's not a wreck fest every race.
Well, you know, I really like that you guys do that, because I know that a lot of leagues that we broadcast in the past, they don't do that. They leave it up to the drivers to just, you know, try to hopefully make sure that they're paying attention. If somebody really gets hard on the brakes, come down pit road. I mean, a lot of pit roads are tricky to get on. I mean, New Hampshire, you're coming off that corner so quick, you know, because you're back on the gas. You don't want to lose position, but you got to get on pit road. It's short, and you got to get on the brakes so you're not getting a speeding penalty. And if you don't call that out, like you just said, Terry, I mean, that can cause a lot of issues out there on track, and you guys are doing it right.
Hey, Chris, look at chat and see what Mark Arthur said. I told you what he was going to say.
Yeah, he's working. That's okay.
Yeah,
you know, I get it.
Don't let him fool you. Nah, he does.
I mean, some people say it. Some people do it. You know, that's cool. How about this? A pass for the lead coming right up. Brian Dees to the inside. And he has got to run on Aaron Bockover to the inside. Bockover seems to be getting loose. Have the tires gone away already on the 44? That is the question. As the 17 to the inside, they are working lug nut to lug nut, A-pillar to A-pillar. The 17 and the 44 battling it out for the race lead. The 17 gets loose coming off from turn 4.
I don't know about tires going away, but maybe they're just not up to temperature. I mean, another thing that we haven't really looked at, you know, now we're under cloud cover right now. That track cooling down a little bit, takes a little longer for them tires to really work in. We're not giving it. He might be the first TNA driver. Oh, a win.
He'll wreck the next race. I'll make sure of that.
Going to his house. I'm loosening his wheel.
Yeah.
Well, that's just not. That's not right at all. And Bockover is getting passed by a bunch of drivers that have fresher tires than he does with 23 laps to go. McRae, the last driver to do so.
Right now, him running the lead, if I would say, hey, Aaron, oh my God, he'd have a shit fit.
He would have a what?
A cow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know he was going to do that. There we go.
Guess we got to get that button ready there for.
Our sensors are a little slow when we have Terry up in the booth with us, guys. That's all there is to it.
Is there a way that we can get him on like a 3-second delay?
Well, between Pride and YouTube, I believe there's about a, minute delay already.
Right, he's coming down pit road, guys.
He's down pit road, giving up second spot. Bockover able to stay out there. So far, this is all working out very well into his favor with 21 laps to go. He'll make it 21 and a half as he's on the backstretch right now.
I know I got my camera just pasted on that 44 car.
Daddy, huh?
Yeah, I'm pulling for him, of course.
Well, let me tell you, John Perkins is about 11 seconds behind him. So he's just got to, now's the time. If you were down there, I'd be like, I know you're leading, bud, and you want me to shut up, but you might want to start saving a little bit of gas.
$19 laps to go this time by for the 44. The TNA Motorsports Zone. Aaron Bockover as he gets set to cross the start-finish line. John Perkins sits in second spot. Jamie Walker up 15 since the beginning of this race to third. Dalton Kilroe sits in fourth spot, up 4 spots, and behind him it's Joe Tice. Tice, who has led a good portion of this race along with stage 1 and stage 2. Joe Tice looking to see if he can become a little bit of an upset here tonight. How about Derek Garrison? Garrison has also led a good portion of this race, the 8 car. Unfortunately, marred right now back in 6th spot, and this is some of the things that can happen with those pit road strategies, guys. Some of the guys that were running up front, no longer the case, as Aaron Bockover with 18 laps to go is leading this one. He's got Brian Dees right behind him, and if I was in this situation as he, I wouldn't mind having Diaz around me right now. You know he's going to race you clean.
Yeah, Aaron done the right thing right there. If you don't race him, just let him go. He's on fresh tires. Just let him go.
Oh, absolutely. There's no need to push the issue right yet. Soon, though. Soon.
And you stop at 6th place, Chris, but I want to talk about Dakota Todd in the 63. He just got around Garrison, getting around Garrison in 6th position now. Derek Garrison down in the 7th, so still having a good night. But look at Marquis Smith there in 8th. He worked his way up through again.
Yeah, he is having a fantastic night, and there's no other way that you can look at this night other than saying, you know what? It was a good night. I had a good, solid top 10 finish. If you look at it any other way, Rick, you're not looking at it the right way.
Exactly. And I hope Marquise watches the broadcast.
Oh, the 55 gets really loose. Goes up and touches the wall. Corey Rutherford having an issue with those tires.
Marquis Smith made a really good move there, and look at him. He's on the inside of Garrison right now, trying to take over 7th position.
Oh, and he does so. Oh, man, does he. As the 21 is motoring. He's in 7th spot right now and looking for more. He's got to get it all the way up to Dakota Todd before he can get there. There's a little bit of space there, but boy, the way he is moving, that 21 should be able to get there. The 73 a little slow right now is Dakota Todd, goes to the outside. The 73 gonna let him on by, and something might be going on with that 73 machine. We're gonna have to keep apprised of that situation.
Rick, I know you brought it up a little bit ago about John Perkins' time behind Bockover. He's actually losing time now. He was about 10.3 to 10.5. Now he's back down to 10.7 behind Bockover.
Yeah, he's catching up a little bit.
Oh, now he's back at 10.2. Okay.
I'm going to make it on 10 even.
10 even,
through the corner. You got to be careful about times, Terry. I'm going to tell you this as a broadcaster now. Times only matter on if both drivers are on straightaways.
I'll 10 for it.
Because you got one in a corner, you got one on a straightaway. Obviously, you got one going faster than the other. And that time right now, 9.73.
How do you think your teammate's actually feeling right now, though, Terry? Do you think he's nice and cool, or do you think his heart's pumping a little bit?
His heart's pumping. He's sweating like a pig. He's nervous.
Man, that's like me before a broadcast.
Yeah, he's gonna talk to us again.
Perkins is actually pitting, guys.
Oh boy,
so is
Bockover too.
Bockover can't make it on gas. 13 laps to go. He's going to give up the race lead. Oh boy,
He's got tires.
John Perkins coming down pit road, and guys, guess who that's going to give the lead over to?
The 88. Good stop, Aaron. Good stop. Good stop.
Did the 88 make the right calls here tonight to try and win this one? It's Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroe, Joseph Tice, your top three.
Bockover is taking his last set of tires, guys.
Is.
Yep.
Man.
This could be huge.
He needs to hurry up and get out. Come on, buddy, go.
Unfortunately, I don't believe that is going to be the right call. He would have been better off just gas, guys. He would have been better off just taking enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. Those tires are not going to help him now. Oh, boy. Terry, I'm sorry, but that was not the right call.
The only thing would help him now is a caution. We don't want that, of course. To bunch everybody back up so he can try to get a run on top guys.
Even then, with 11 laps to go, say we had a caution right now, 10 laps to go. He's still deep enough in the field. It wouldn't help. I mean, he'd get some positions, but the race win is gone. This is the stuff that I think about as a broadcaster that I need to be able to bring over into the driver me.
That's why we need to set up a team channel, because I hurt my wrist practicing the other day. And obviously I'm a little rusty.
So how are you when you put your VR on? Oh, easy, Aaron. How are you when you put your VR on? Does it still make you a little queasy because you don't use it a lot? Or?
No, I'm fine.
Believe it or not, it felt great. But the problem is I have a new wheelbase. I went with a Thrustmaster TSPC It's got a little bit more power than my old TX base, and so I used to run pretty heavy force feedback with that base to get a lot of feeling out of it. And so when I was testing the 87 car, I left it at 20 for whatever reason. That's just what it was at. I'm watching, who am I watching? Backover go by Rick Thompson. Backover definitely moving up, guys. 11th position.
Yeah, but like Chris said, there's just not enough time for him now.
I mean, Walker, Kilroe, Tice, Dakota Todd, Marquis Smith up in the 5th, guys.
Yeah, Marquis up into 5th. He's about 1.6 seconds away from Dakota Todd, who sits in 4th. And Todd is actually right to the inside of Joe Tice. Dakota Todd looking for another spot, trying to get into the top 3. Can he do it on the inside? We're going to see. Right now, those guys, A pillar to A pillar, door-to-door action, going through the corner here at New Hampshire. And it looks like Dakota Todd makes that pass.
You know Marquis Smith sitting back there. Go ahead and run next to each other, guys. I'll be right up there.
Well, now to the inside goes the 24, tries to take the spot back, can't quite do it, as the 63 of Dakota Todd slams the door. And man, what a race we have got going here with 6 laps to go. So Terry, with this foot issue you got going on, do you have it scheduled yet? Do you have that surgery scheduled, ready to go?
I do not, sir. I know this sounds stupid. I'm going to wait till after the election and see what goes on.
We're not going to get into any more of that.
Nope. Nope.
Politics aside.
I know, exactly.
But, yep, I understand.
But yeah, it's something that has to be done. It is a piece of bone that is sitting in between my Achilles tendon and my heel. So when I have my foot resting when I'm racing, it just sits on that spot and it just swells up real bad and hard to move.
What you need to do is head on over to trjkarting.com/simracing and get yourself some Alpine racing shoes.
Oh, there you go. Guys, I don't know if you've seen it, but Dalton Kilroe is flashing like crazy.
Yes,
yeah, he is. Kilroe, late in this one, with 4 laps to go, is having some serious connection issues.
So we talked about this earlier. Dakota Todd's thinking, oh man, where's he going to land?
Yeah. Right now, I'm good with a top 3. I'll stay right here. You know, boy, what can you do? But right now, top 3 drivers separated by, you wouldn't even guess this, 1.4 seconds.
Wow. And Dakota Todd just told Dalton that he was blanking.
I'm sure he did.
I can tell you, as a driver who has had this issue during a Daytona 500 before, it's very scary even when you're in the car, because I mean Dalton knows that he's blinking, because what happens is, like, Ian Habiak there ahead of him, who is a lap car, and of course Walker, they actually disappear from his screen, and he's the only car on track. When we don't see him, he's the only car on track in his view. And then all of a sudden, boom, everybody pops in. So it's not only scary for Dakota Todd, who is right at the back bumper right now of Dalton, praying that a blink doesn't happen.
White Silk in the air, 1 lap to go, 1 mile around the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Your race leader right now, Jamie Walker. Can anybody get there? Will there be a green-white checker? Here we go, guys. Dakota Todd into the wall hard. Dakota Todd way into the wall as we're working through the corner. The 88 gets set to win another race here. Checkered flag in the air for the 88 of Jamie Walker. Dakota Todd still going to pick up 3rd spot. Dalton Kilroe is the sandwich in 2nd. We have our race winner, the 88. Dalton Kilroe 2nd. Dakota Todd 3rd. Joseph Tice 4th. Marquis Smith brings it home in 5th spot. And guys, a 5th spot after the night that he's had, that has got to feel like a win.
Definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, it's going to be post-race interviews right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You've just finished watching the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, brought to you by Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com, ARCA Menard Series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will be right back.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Clapman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I trying this contact though. Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the upset the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Back live here from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We have our top 3 finishers ready to talk. And Terry, I believe you caught up with third place finisher Dakota Todd.
Nice. Dakota Todd, you got me.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, man, Terry, Chris, and Rick up here in the booth. Buddy, you had one heck of a run tonight, man. You overcome a crash early. Walk us through that real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was trying to kind of just making laps, waiting for the 24 to get tight. He had watched him get tight before, so I was just kind of waiting, setting the move up, and he hit the wall for 2, and I didn't really have nowhere to go with Jamie up under me.
Well, we're sitting here watching the last, 5 or 10 laps, and we've seen Dalton start disappearing. Did you have any concerns over that?
No, I had start 16th on that last restart there before the green flag pit stop, so I burned my stuff up pretty bad getting back up there, so I was happy to get back where I was at.
Yeah, we watched you kind of tag the wall there, about 3 laps before the before the checkered flag there, but you still walk away with the third, bud. Anybody on that car you want to talk about?
Yeah, let my buddy Brad at Sweetwater Pressure Washing, Pride Outdoor Network, TRJ, Dr. Squatch, and everything you guys do in the booth.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations on that third place, and we'll catch up to you next week in Michigan.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thanks.
And Rick, I believe you caught up with second place finisher Dalton Kilroe.
Dalton Kilroe, driver of the number 41 Daddy-O's machine. You got Rick, Chris, and Terry up in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
10-4, man.
Don't sound excited or anything. You just brought home second place in a very rough race. You went up 6 positions from the start, man. How was it out there?
It was it was brutal. I'm just physically exhausted, and just that such a rough race. You know, couple cautions here and there. We were kind of a nice little break on the brain, but just that last run, I was giving it everything I could to try and catch Jamie there.
And you did a heck of a job, man. I mean, your race, it was kind of up and down a little bit, but then you really started to pour on, which we know that's what the Kilroe does every race. And you did a great job, man. Now listen, 4 races left after tonight. The 3 of you, the top 3 tonight, are already locked into the chase. Now, obviously, Walker has a few more points on you. What are you thinking for? Are you worried about the next 4 races? Are you going to try anything, different, or are you just going to go out there and run them like you normally do?
Honestly, man, I think I've tried just about everything different that I could even come up with to try and compete with Jamie. I just need to try and run it like I normally do. I mean, it's gotten me 5 this season, but obviously it's gotten Jamie more. I just need to find whatever groove's gonna work for me, and I'm pretty sure I'm on it with the more like conservative strategy. But we'll see. We'll see how the races play out. We could always end up having something happen to Jamie, and doors wide open for everybody else.
You're absolutely right. Now, one thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if you noticed watching the broadcast over again or during the race, but Walker seems to like to hang back a little bit. I mean, the pressure's off. You guys have already won. You're locked in. He starts in the back. He works his way up to get them bonus points. Have you thought of trying that at all?
I mean, the bonus points that he's really getting, they don't really go towards the actual playoffs themselves. I mean,
okay.
I think at this point, the regular season championship's already pretty much been decided unless he wrecks out in these next 4 races and I win them all, which chances are ain't happening. But
well, you know what they say, buddy, God made bumpers and bumpers are made for bumping. So
I ain't gonna wreck them.
I know you win, man. Hey, listen, congratulations coming in second tonight. Anybody on that 41 you'd like to thank?
I gotta thank Daddy-O's Barbershop for giving me the best cuts I've ever had in my life. You guys are doing the broadcast, Top Flight PC, Dr. Squatch Soap, TRJKarting.com, Mark and Sam sitting up in that admin booth watching us Knuckleheads race. And yeah.
Another thing before I let you go here and we get to Jamie Walker, because I know he wants to talk a lot. We've noticed, and it just happened here, a little connection issue there, blinking. Did that have you worried at all during the end of the race?
Was it me having the blinking? Because I didn't notice any blinking on my end.
Oh, it was you a little bit, but hey, listen, you did okay. You came home second, so bring that momentum next week to Michigan.
Yeah, I'll try. I was quick there last night in the other league race and had a caution kind of take the win away from me there, but we'll see. Michigan's always been a fun track, and I'm hoping I can keep some momentum going.
All right, brother. Hey, we look forward to seeing that number 41 Daddy-O's machine out there in the front at Michigan. Have a good night, bud.
Thank you.
Chris, that just leaves you and one other person here to talk to.
Yeah, it sure does. And we'll bring him down now. Jamie Walker, driver of the number 88. This is Chris, Terry, and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy.
It's been a long 2 weeks, man. I got you guys going.
You know what, buddy? It sure has. And I am so glad to be back in the saddle again.
Well, obviously you need a little bit more work because somehow I fell below Terry. Chris, Terry, and Rick in the booth. I mean,
I know. I'm sorry about that, Rick.
That's okay.
Well, it just came out, and whatever. It happened. Well, here you are, Jamie, back in Skittles Victory Lane, and man, you have been here many times this season. What does this one mean to you?
Well, I definitely had my work cut out for me after making that mistake earlier, getting in the Todd. I completely blame myself 100% on that one. That was all me. I had time to check up, and I didn't. Got it back home to put them out, and had to work my way back up through the field. Well, that was a lot of work. I got up to Dalton and Tice there, and I was like, all right, I'm going to stay here and ride with these guys. And they pit, because I was catching those guys on with 10-lap Woodler tires. So I'm thinking, all right, if we get on an even game, we're going to be good. So as soon as they pit, I went in with them, and sure enough, I was able to walk away with it.
This track a little bit different than most of the tracks that we've run here. Not that cookie cutter 1.5 mile track, but a 1 mile relatively flat track here, Jamie. And if memory serves, a couple of weeks ago you said this is not your favorite place to race, but here you are, up 17 spots from the beginning of this one to win at New Hampshire. What a huge thing, man, for the 88 team. And is it some place that you wouldn't mind coming back to, say, during the chase?
I think you've got it mixed up. This is probably one of my favorite tracks.
Oh,
These
I'm so sorry.
Long, flat corners. I love those kind of tracks where you actually got to drive the car, whether it pushes or it's tight, loose. You got to drive the corner.
This is definitely a driver's track, right? And you definitely did that. Who do you got on the 88 that you need to thank here tonight?
Of course, my number one fan, know she's out there. She's watching down on us today. Just give her a shout out. You guys up in the booth doing a great job. I can't thank you guys enough. Blazing Palos for putting this season on, and Mark for doing all these setups, and of course, TRJ Karting for coming on board.
All right, buddy. Well, hell of a win here for you tonight. And, well, we look forward to seeing you again here next Sunday night. Jamie, thank you very much, and congratulations once again on your victory tonight.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
And this is number 10.
Oop.
Number 10. Don't forget, number 10.
It was
of the season
number 10.
now.
Yeah, he's gone. He's down celebrating with his team, Rick. And we're up here celebrating being back in the booth. 2 weeks is just too long to be away, I'm going to tell you right now. And Terry, I want to thank you for coming on out here. Well, it looks like for the rest of the season, Rick, of course, I got to thank you, brother. Always out here having my back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
That's what we got to do, guys. Listen, Terry, thank you for the help, man. I look forward to the rest of the season. I mean, I'd rather see that 86 out there. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful car, and you've been doing so good, man. And, you know, you're right there at the cutoff. So this could have been your, your season to do some amazing things, man. But I am so glad to have you up here in the booth, and everybody here who watched us out here on the Turn 3 Racing Network YouTube, and of course over at the Pride Outdoor Network. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. I thank everybody for hanging around and watching us and supporting Blazing Pedals the way everybody does. I really appreciate it. And I would probably miss Watkins Glen. I have to take the wife on a vacation, guys.
Oh, Lord. Vacations. If it's not work, it's vacation, Rick. I wish I got any of those things. Guys, I want to thank you once again for coming on out here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's brought to you by TRJKarting.com and Dr. Squatch. Don't forget to use promo code TOPFLIGHT for 20% off from your soap. I will see you guys next week. Why don't we go ahead and look at next week, actually, before we do this, because it matters. Okay, so we won't. You know why? I know why. Because that.
Heading to Michigan, we know that much.
Yeah, we're going to Michigan. And it's just not going to do it for me. So that is that. Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroy, Dakota Todd, your top 3, Joe Tice, Marquis Smith round out the top 5. And guys, from the Magic Mile, this has been Chris, Rick, and Terry bringing you all the action here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network.